It's a great stress reliever, I guarantee you. Fam, Monday Night Raw. How you doing tonight, huh? Yeah. Just another day down before we get to training camp. Hey, meanwhile, Tevin Coleman is currently the front runner to be the lead back. See what I did there? The front runner to be the lead back. I knew you'd appreciate that. And will the 49ers sign another safety? Oh, that's such a question. It's polarizing the entire Niner empire. Well, maybe not, actually. Everybody's on one side, except for a couple of us. Already, the thinking by many 49er fans has been everybody but Jerick McKinnon will be the lead back. Matt Breida is getting a huge amount of the popular vote. But since Tevin Coleman has arrived, a huge percentage of the Red&Gold town immediately dubbed Coleman to be completely large and in charge. Matt Mayako, NBC Sports Bay Area, fielded this matter today and responded with this. And I said, I'll bet he's got that right. The big question with Jerick McKinnon, and this is a quote from Matt, the big question with Jerick McKinnon is whether he will be the same player in his first season back from ACL surgery. It might take him a while. Therefore, Tevin Coleman is most likely to be the back who gets the most touches, both as a runner and a receiver. Coleman is the clear favorite with next three players in line: McKinnon, Matt Breida, Raheem Mostert, unable to participate in OTAs. And so, I guess until those guys come back and assert themselves and establish themselves as to who they are going to be in this particular offensive scheme, Coleman's the only guy out there that's actually healthy. Right. And by the way, Raheem Mostert, it was 6 weeks ago he responded when people accused him of having his arm reset. Remember Kyle Shanahan was a little confused in that last presser when he says, I don't know. They never tell Kyle anything, I guess. Kyle sitting there saying, from what my understanding is, they're going to have to go back in there and reset. There's some healing that's not going on properly. He's going to go back and reset that bone. Kyle, Raheem had to come out and tweet at him, hey, I had that done 6 weeks ago. I'm fine. So, and he'll be back. They'll all be back by training camp anyway. The Jimmie Ward drama continues, as you and I both know, with just about everybody. The campaign to keep the battle between Ward and Adrian Colbert is not getting any rave reviews. Since Eric Berry and Trey Boston are still at large, there are actually wanted posters out in the Niner hanging in the 49ers community. I mean, I love, but you know what? I got to tell you right now, I love me some Matt Miyoko on this response toward the pursuing of a new free safety. He says, and quote, I quote him, okay? I didn't say this. I'm feeling it, but I didn't say it, okay? Matt says, I do not get that sense. Here's something I feel confident about saying. If you believe the 49ers have major weaknesses at the safety, positions, the organization disagrees with you. Wait, there's more. Jimmie Ward is expected to be out 8 to 12 weeks. I'm hearing the 12-week estimate is being ultra cautious. The 49ers believe, if healthy, Ward is their best defensive back, period. So if they believe he's going to be ready from this injury in plenty of time for the regular season, then they also believe there is no reason to react. Of course, this latest injury only adds to the long list of broken bones Ward has experienced since becoming an NFL player. So the 49ers must also be comfortable with the backup. The backup free safety is Adrian Colbert, was the no questions asked starter at that position last year at this time. He did not build on the promising end to his rookie season, and now he figures to be number 2 on the depth chart until he can change things otherwise. There is a segment of 49er fans who are asking about Eric Berry and Earl Thomas, but applying the same reasoning as a drawback to Ward. Those players do not make much sense. I know. You know what, I look back on it, I wanted me some Earl Thomas. I really did. But then I thought about it, and like James said, this man's broke both legs in the last 2 years. What is it if he breaking 2 legs and 2 arms? I'm gonna give Ward the credit on that one. At least he broke upper body. Okay, it's it is what it is right now. Also, as he goes on to say, Barry, they do not make much sense. Barry's 30 years old, has missed 29 games the past 2 seasons. That's even more than Jimmie Ward due to injuries. Thomas is 30, has missed 19 games the past 3 years with injuries. Ward, 27, has missed 21 games the past 3 years. Ooh! I didn't even know about these numbers myself, you know. As for Trey Boston, he is seen as more of a hybrid safety and not necessarily the kind of player who was a fit for the 49ers' need. Boston is only 26 years old, remains unsigned, and could be heading for his 4th team in 4 years. And this is a mystery to me. I don't get that at all. He looks like a good football player, but this explains something, though. If he's considered a hybrid, could that be the 49ers? I don't know. Jimmy seems to be a hybrid, too, though, right? Well, not really. Jimmy's a pure safety, been made to play corner, and it wasn't working very well. Plus, the 49ers believe a healthy Ward is better than all the available options, and yes, that's what I believe the 49ers believe. Then why would one of those veteran players come to the Bay Area on a 1-year contract to be an insurance policy? Are the 49ers wrong in their assessments of the safety positions? We'll find out, but I do not believe they feel an urgent need to bring in a veteran at this time. Unquote. Fam, I don't know what to tell you. I think you need to get used to the Ward boy. Mrs. Ward, baby boy, got shot. Oh, man, I cannot believe. Fam, JJ has put up his latest apparel on the Jimmie Ward gown. I don't know if it was necessary. I thought it was a little uncalled for. Okay, let's go ahead and take a quick look at that. All right. And I got to tell you right now, and hopefully it's up. I got to tell you right now, I wouldn't take this too serious. And also, you cannot really order it, I don't think, unless you can talk to Jersey Joe, he'll be in, I'm sure, and ask him if you could have one tailor-made for you if you plan on making a visit to the hospital. Hey, let's get serious. Give me some T-Money. Sack down.
Hey, Ronbo. Hope your day is going pretty good, man. So, really all I want to touch on is the quarterback position. My concern is, will Garoppolo produce like we hope he will produce? I've been hoping for a while, and I'm over hoping. Hope's only good in Star Wars. Okay? If Jimmy can't do very well in this offense by the end of the bye week, I really want to see Nick as the starter. I think Nick would do extremely well. As for CJ, I mean, we all know CJ's got to go. That's he's very durable, right? He can take hits, no problem. But he's honestly, in my opinion, kind of a waste of a roster space. You know, that's just the way I see it. I mean, there's got to be like family ties between CJ and Kyle if CJ is still on the roster. But I really want to see Jimmy excel like Tom does over in New England. But if he keeps not producing very well, I mean, we're trying to advance to the playoffs, right? We need a quarterback that can produce and produce and produce. And I think Nick can produce and produce and produce. That's really about it. The safety position, that's questionable. As long as Jimmy stays healthy, that safety position should be, locked down pretty good with him back there. But yeah, dude, that quarterback position kind of scares me a tiny bit right now. I gotta see how Jimmy does the first, few weeks, but if it's not looking good, dude, Nick's got to come out. Nick's got to come out and show us again what he can do.
This is the thing that a lot of people are still concerned with. Let me touch upon that real quick. I'm gonna Jerry Fresh in just a second, and he's gonna tell you how you could do the same thing. Chris Sims recently, last year, Chris Sims, as you know, was telling everybody pump the brakes on the 49ers about Jimmy G. This is something everybody should understand. And as I've always been telling people, don't worry about G. What you saw those last 3 games last year was Jimmy G trying to grasp the offense along with the rest of the guys, too. That's not a concern. It is not a concern. It is not a concern. He'll be fine this year. Here's what Chris Sims says. The big thing with Jimmy G, I don't have any more questions besides can he stay healthy? That's really all there is to it. I think with that, and again, I know might be a little biased, but I do my best to try to take bias out of anything I do when it comes to football. Yes, Kyle Shanahan is my friend. I told everybody to pump the brakes on the 49ers last year before the season. This year, I'm saying don't pump the brakes. I'm saying this year. I think the 49ers will be extremely relevant. I will be shocked. Defense made some strides last year. They got a good offensive line. They've got some good receivers to help Jimmy Garoppolo in the draft. I just look at them and go, yeah, I think the 49ers are going to be in the playoff conversation. I really think within that, if they are, I think Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be in the top 10 in the NFL in quarterback rating and stats and all of that. I have that much faith in Kyle Shanahan's offense along with the players around him to where I go. It just seems it looks right to me when I evaluate them. So, and then perhaps Garoppolo learned a lesson about running, so he should step out of bounds. And again, he got sent to injured reserve when he was with New England as well, so his durability will be a concern. Aside from that, I don't see how the 49ers are not in the conversations. The roster was a possible contender in 2018. It's only gotten better for 2019. It's odd. Everyone is quiet. The 49ers in 2018 stunk, but it was because of half the team was on the IR in 4 weeks. And you know all that story. But do not worry about Jimmy Garoppolo. I understand what you're saying, though, about Nick Mullins. He does look tough, and he knows that offense, whereas Jimmy didn't. Now, did Jimmy catch up with him? Because talent-wise, Nick's ceiling, I'm not sure where that is, but I do know Garoppolo's ceiling is way up here. He's got that it thing, and that's something that you can't really teach anybody. It has to be there. When Garoppolo gets on the field and he knows the offense, I guarantee you'll get over Nick being a starter. Hey, Jerry Fresh is going to come in and show you how you too
What's
can
up,
drop
Niner
us
Empire?
a note.
Jerry Fresh here with Ronbo Sports. Just a reminder, go ahead and download the Ronbo Sports app from the App Store. Ronbo Sports is giving you, the fan, an opportunity to have your voice heard on the show. Whether that's a question for Ronbo, a shout out to the 49er Faithful, or a suggestion for the next video, this is your chance to have your voice heard. Simply open the Ronbo Sports app, click the menu icon in the top left-hand corner to access a list of options. Scroll down to the Submission tab, and voila, you're there. Once you're in Submissions, go ahead and select the Record a Video option. From there, you record a short video, and you're all set. Remember to keep it clean, short, and sweet. Well, that's it for me. Thanks for listening to Niner Empire. I'm Jerry Fresh, and this is Ronbo Sports. Go Niners!
Jerry, thanks, fam. Jump on in there when you get ready. And you know, as a matter of fact, anything you want to send us is fine. We like the pictures. We got that from McGlinchey the other day, and McGlinty, and then there's T Money Sacktown, and of course Jersey Joe. That uncalled for photo of Jimmie Ward. Hey, and Mr. Instigator, there he is. So disrespectful to Breida, SMH. You know, we'll see. It's early, okay? Big Show, leave CJ alone. Mr. Instigator says, CJ's garbage. Dude cost us so many damn games. Guys, thanks for the contributions too, guys. Daniel, SF49ers fan 5249. Hey, fam, I'm a vet from a military family. Hey, It's your weekend, fam. Salute to you, bro. He says, hey, I'm a vet from a military family. I held a brother in arms as he took his last breath in the desert. My grandpa, World War II, Korea, and Vietnam vet. Be sure to take a moment to remember it's Memorial Day. Hey, amen to that. In fact, I should not have to be reminded of that. Hopefully, you're not only just eating barbecue and chugging down burgers and having a good time. Remember the purpose of this day. It's for our vets, the ones that went to war for us and died. Good message, fam. And Daniel, he also says we have to try and at least look at Boston or Perry. They may call him, man. I don't, the thing is, we already know they can play. But if they're only going to come in for rentals, if the 49ers feel is like Matt Miyako, if he says that if he feels they feel that strongly about Ward, they're not going to be interested in any one-year contracts. That's the only problem. And they're probably going to be too expensive for the 49ers to sign him on for anything else. And they're going to come in and give you about the same amount of time as Jimmie going down injury. Trey Boston is a mystery to me, though. I had no idea that they consider Trey Boston more of a hybrid than a safety, which is one of the reasons why maybe a lot of teams, every team in the NFL, I just really find that confusing. Bring him in as a cornerback then. Oh, I just don't know. But I do know Will is on my phone. Will! On in here, man.
Ronbo, what's up, man? What's the topic tonight, big dog?
Oh, man. We're looking at Tevin Coleman right now is leading by default for no other reason. He ain't got nobody else out there to compete. They're gonna take the time bringing Jerick McKinnon back. And, of course, you already got Matty B tore up his chest. And Mostert is still trying to heal up from that forearm. So he's the only guy left other than some of them rookies, man. You know what I'm saying? And also the complaint about your favorite dude and mine, J-Dub, rolls on. Everybody's wondering, is they going to bring in Eric Berry? Are they going to bring in Trey Boston? We want to know what they got to offer because we ain't happy with Jimmie. So, yeah, Will, I know where you're going with that, man. I'm going to tell you, that's where you get started right there. Woo!
Man, well, first off, I want to say happy Memorial Day to everybody, man.
Yes.
Shout out to everybody who fought for our country and everything, man. I know you got guys out there that wasn't volunteering. They got drafted to go out there. So they had to do what they had to do what they had to do what they had to do. They had to leave their families and stuff and fight for their country with their lives on the line every minute and every second and every hour. Mm-hmm. So I want to give a shout out to everybody who served our country, man. Y'all some brave guys, and I really appreciate that. And I'm sure everybody all over the country appreciate that. But yeah, man. Man, I told you, man. John Lee need to get his dumb ass on the phone and call Trey Boston, man, because Jimmie Ward ain't gonna cut it. He ain't gonna cut it, man. I'm so sick and tired of this dude getting hurt. I'm so sick and tired. Every time he's on the field, he's breaking something. So you know what I'm saying, man? They need to bring in Trey Boston, man. Man, the dude, I haven't heard anything about Trey Boston having any issues off the field. I haven't heard anything about him being some type of cancer to the locker room or anything like that. Man, the dude is out there balling his butt off, and I'm just surprised that he's not getting an opportunity like all the other free agents, man. I mean, we've seen this guy play because the 49ers played him every year, twice a year. Mm. And we see him make plays, man. I mean, he made plays against us this past season. So I don't know why this guy ain't on a team overall anyway. But yeah, man. But I'm saying, man, that free safety position's up in the air, and that's both positions, free safety and strong safety, man. Because Quasi,
is that right? You're not happy with strong safety? You remember you got Marcel Harris there as well.
That's who I want. That's who I want to play there.
No,
that's who I want to be.
He may win that spot.
And I hope so. Like I said, like I told you last night, Kwasi Tart, man, he good, man, when he's healthy, man, because he's a good run supporter, man. He can missile in and make those good tackles behind the line. But Marcel, man, he got a higher IQ than Tart, man. That man knows where to be. He don't be confused when he's out there, man. Marcel Harris knows where his position at and what his assignment is. Because when he played against Denver, the man Marcel was always where he was supposed to be, and he made a play every time. He made a play every time.
And Will, I want to piggyback on that just a second, though, because here's the thing. Maybe would you put Kwaski at the top? I mean, could he be a good center fielder? Because ever since that play I seen him make against Cam, I've been like, whoa, y'all need to look at him on a regular basis playing the free safety. But, it's about him and Jimmy breaking arms. But, man, that dude plays that spot.
Man, I don't know, to be honest with you. I mean, he probably could be a good one. But I don't know, man. I'm just so tired of these guys being played out of their positions, man.
Yeah.
So you mentioned it last night, man. I'm tired. Yeah, man. If you played a certain position in college, man, that's the same position you should play in the NFL, man. Because
exactly.
You've been trained since high school to play that position, and then you've been trained in college to play that position, and your body used to that position. I don't know why.
Your mind, everything is connected. Exactly. I know.
But anyway, man. On to the running backs, man. Tevin Coleman, man. I believe Tevin Coleman is going to be the starter, man. Like I said, I am supporting Jerick McKinnon though, because the man don't need to go, but he needs to be on a team, but he don't need to go. I know they're gonna try to ease him in because you want to be very precautious with his knee. Yeah. But Tevin Coleman, man, that dude, man, with his size and his speed, I ain't got a problem with that, man. That dude can cut through holes, man. He can jick you, man, and you can't hit him low, because if you hit him low, it's a wrap. You're gonna get ran over. Or you gonna try to wrap around his wrap your arms around his thighs, and you just gonna get brushed off. So, man, that dude's a monster, and he a monster on screen plays. Them zone reads and everything. Then the goal line, he real good at getting into that goal line too. So,
big enough to block,
for Tevin Coleman, man.
Quarterback.
Yeah, protect the quarterback. Yeah, he got a big body to where he can protect the quarterback. Yeah, that's a good asset, man. I mean, that's a steal. We made a steal, man. 2 year, $10 million, man. Tevin Coleman,
I think it's 8 something. Maybe they got some bonuses, incentives in there, but I think it's 8 something, which is why the whole NFL says Tevin Coleman may be the biggest steal this year as far as free agents go.
Yeah, right. So I'm all with that. And one more thing before I get off, man, because I know you got called away, man. Jimmy G, man, look, man, everybody need to quit down Jimmy G, man. As of right now, his TD INT ratio, he got 5 touchdowns and three interceptions so far with the 49ers, man. Man, the dude is good, man. He had enough time to get his playbook down with Kyle Shanahan's playbook down, so he should be all set, man. Y'all got to remember, in that Kansas City game, he was about to bring us back, man. He was about to bring us back in that game, but unfortunately, he hurt his knee.
He was starting
to catch on. He was about to bring us back, man.
Yeah.
Because we were getting whooped. We were getting our ass whipped in that game. And Jimmy G was about to bring us back until he hurt his damn knee. And that's when C.J. Beathard came in through that touchdown, but the referees fucked us over on it. But Jimmy G was about to bring us back, bro. So I don't want him, man. Nobody need to talk about Jimmy G, man. The dude is good, bro. The dude is good, man. He came to us and knocked out 4 playoff teams his first time with the 49ers. He knocked out Jacksonville, Texas, and Titans. I think it was another team, and they was about to go, and they were playoff teams, man. They were about to go to the playoff that following week. So come on, man. Jimmy G is good, dog.
Pick them defenses apart like it was crazy. So the doubt is going to change. And like I say, sometimes people don't understand. Last year, that first 3 games, and like you talk about that Kansas City game, that offense was starting to move faster. It takes a little while to get Kyle Shanahan's offense, but once you get it, and Nick has been studying that book like crazy. That's why when he came in, he looked a little more prepared, and people have been fooled into thinking he's better than Jimmy G. But I think that will change soon.
Yeah, man. C.J. Beathard need to go, Ronbo. I'm telling you, man. C.J. Beathard, man. I'm sorry, Big Show. You my dog. I love you, man. You my partner. But I'm telling you, C.J. Beathard need to go, bro. That man couldn't do nothing. Kept holding the ball too long. He ain't good with his reads, man. And then once he left, Nick Mullins came in the next game and balled out, and straight balled out. And it was like night and day. It was like you saw a bad quarterback, then you turned around and saw a good quarterback. So I'm saying, man, I don't want it, man. CJ, man, he ain't got it, man. I don't know. I don't know what's up with him.
Yeah, but he's got to really, because they traded up for him. Will, let me see. Hey, I'll see you. I'll be back in a couple of days. I ain't gonna wait until Friday. All right, Will.
All right, man. All right,
Appreciate
man. Not Empire, man. You know what? No problem, man. You know what it is, man. Shout out to my player partner, Dre, TNT, man, Trez and Trey. My boy, Big Show, man. You know it's all love, man. Not the Empire, man. Let's get it, man. Fuck the Rams and fuck Rudy. All right, man.
Have a good night, fam. Hey.
All right.
All right, Will. And speaking of vets, and Nello's not quite a vet yet. But, after a year, Nello would be considered vet. Nello, can we call you vet? What's up, vet?
I would hold the brakes on that one.
We give you some time. But Nello, though, if this goes on for a while, man, I can't wait to hear from you, man, because you're going to learn a lot. Just traveling about and being around all those people. It's such a diverse climate to be in all times, too. Camaraderie. It's a great thing. But Nello.
Yeah. I'm going to Europe I said I'm going to Europe pretty soon.
All right.
Yeah.
That's going to be crazy.
Get out.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Proud
anyway,
of you, bro.
Let's thank you. Happy Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Let's talk some football.
All right. And
Jimmy,
like Subject Matter tonight, we're talking Tevin Coleman. Well, that's always a C word. Tevin Coleman as the top running back currently. And then there's the Jimmie Ward situation where everybody wants to see a new safety signed up and throw him into the trash right now and take it immediately outside and have the garbage man pick it up in the morning. So what are you thinking?
Yeah. No, I mean, you're not gonna like me for this, but even before Jimmie Ward got injured, I wanted him out and I wanted Trey Boston. Well,
hey, Trey Boston. How long have you been watching Trey Boston, Nello? Because I didn't even know anything about Trey Boston until last year.
Yeah. I didn't. I haven't really watched football that much, but just like looking at his numbers and watching some of his highlights, he looks like a good player. Yeah. And I think I might be mistaken for another guy, but I thought he played for the Panthers.
He did.
And I remember when they came to Santa Clara, I think that was him. I don't know what safety it was, but he was a pretty good safety. So
yeah, Panthers,
Cardinals.
I
think I might be thinking of the same guy, but
yeah, it's
anyway.
got to be Panthers, Chargers, Cardinals. Last 4 years, and if he signs on another team, it'll be his fourth team. But I don't understand why is everybody shipping him out immediately. He looks like a good football player to you. He looks like a good football player to me. I don't get it. I really don't. No. Nello. No. I wonder if Nello has that same phone that he used to have. He used to have a lot of his audio used to go out on him. All right. Nello, okay, if you can hear me, if you want to get back in here, we'll get you back in. All right. There's Corey McGlinty. Aloha from Carson, California. Aloha, Corey. Damian Lee, hit that like. I'm on the Trey Boston train. I hate to see Jimmie Ward go, but it is a business, and he's not producing. Horatio Flores, Boston's pretty good. Barry also, but he gets injured too many times as well. Jerick Fresh, I think Lynch is too prideful to admit we need to sign Boston or Barry. The doctor, we still got Adrian Colbert, but and think Eric Berry's locker room presence would benefit. Ooh. If there's one thing between the two of these guys, Eric Berry in the locker room would be a huge plus. You know? Because we got leaders all over the room now, but Eric Berry's got that guy's wisdom of the game and everything else. He would be a huge plus. Slack says, I've been missing the show like crazy. Life has just been hitting me a ton of bricks. But it's always a pleasure. Empire forever. Nina Slacks, good to see you, fam. All right. Oh, and speaking of Dre, come on in, Dre.
Right.
Dre. Between you and me, can we also interject this? A lot of times people don't understand the cohesion, the necessity of working with a decent front line. Since Jimmie Ward has not been behind a decent front line, except for the first year he was here, and he did not play. As a matter of fact, all of our secondary has not had the pleasure of playing behind a decent front line. Could it be that people don't understand the connection between working behind a good defensive line and working behind a poor defensive line, and the stress that it puts on the secondary when a quarterback can sit back, relax, and pick his targets and take his time.
Yeah.
I don't think people fully understand that concept. We may have some great secondary players, but they've never had a chance, especially some of the ones who've only been in for 2 or 3 years, to really put on display what they can do in the right environment.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I think I kind of coined
yesterday
that topic. I kind of coined that topic. This was, weeks before. I think it was about 3 or 4 weeks before we even, where we were talking about the draft process, but we were more so talking about, how we wanted to improve our defensive line, and it was during when we got that when we went ahead and traded for Ward, and I said it. You know what I mean? If the quarterback has 4, 5, 6 seconds to pass the ball,
and longer,
it's only
sometimes.
a given. Yeah, it's only a given that the DB is going to make a slip up because what you're doing is the wide receiver already knows where he's going to go. The defensive back has to anticipate where he's going to go. And if you have, a 3-step drop, and then after the 3-step drop, you have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds, you know what I mean, to pick a spot in the field and catch the ball. I mean, it's only a given that out of, 4 or 5, if there's 4 receivers and 1 running back out there that's running a route from the backfield, I mean, it's only a given that somebody is going to find a space with that much time to pass. So, I
quarterback
think,
can clearly see who's breaking, who's getting away, who's getting away. There's
and
it is right there.
It's something that I'm not even gonna argue about it, anymore, bro. It's just when we start to play games and game one comes and they see how having pressure on the quarterback affects the quarterback to even be allowed to pick out a good route to throw to. This year, bro, it's going to be a lot of checkdowns, and it's going to be a lot of passes to the flats because that's all they're going to have. They're not going to have anything over the top because they're not going to have time to do that. So I just sit back and let the naysayers say what they're going to say, man, and the proof is going to be in the pudding when our guys get on the field. I mean, it's to the fact to where, I'm not even surprised. I had a motherfucker say last night on the chat, Ronbo, it's a dude named Anything Blows. I mean, not Anything Blows, but Anything Goes. His name should be Anything Stupid. This motherfucker had the nerve to say that DeForest Buckner is trash.
I know.
Y'all go look it up. Y'all go look it up. Anything Blows. I mean, Anything Goes. I mean, Anything Stupid said that DeForest Buckner is trash. The only motherfucking defensive player that we had in the Pro Bowl is trash. And this man didn't have nobody else on the outside and still had 12.5 sacks. Just think of what that man going to do having Nick Bosa and D Ford, man. I mean, we keep on having this discussion. You're going to have to pick your poison. Either you're going to double on the edge, either you're going to double on the edge, you're going to double D, or you're going to double Nick Bosa. Or I mean, what are you going to do? You know what I mean? And more than half of Defoe's sacks came when he was one-on-one. And this dumb motherfucker had the nerve to say that he is trash playing one-on-one. I said, bro, 7.5 of his sacks came from being on one-on-one coverage. What are you talking about, bro? I just don't get it. Offensive lines are terrified of DeForest Buckner.
Dre, it's based in hate.
So, I mean,
I met that individual on Twitter, I think. We had he clowned me with a mime or two, but he ain't got no game. He just talking trash.
Yeah, no, man. Man. I just don't get it. I think that he's a secret Rams fan or some shit, and he's just on here to troll us. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, for anybody to say that DeForest Buckner is trash, you don't even have to be a Niners fan to see that this is one of the top defensive tackles in the league. You know what I'm saying? One of the best defensive interior linemen in the league. You don't even have to be a fan to say that. You've had offensive linemen from other teams say that he's a beast, and he's not easy to be in front of. So
he'll get his education shortly. Pay him no mind.
Oh man, most definitely.
Yeah,
most definitely. But I do kind of agree with what everybody is saying, man. We need to bring somebody else in, whether it's Trey Boston. For a guy that's had, with Eric Berry, I like what you said about the locker room presence. But man, for a guy who beat cancer and you know what I'm saying, and then had that, what did he have, an Achilles or something like that? I don't necessarily.
Achilles. I think you're right.
Yeah, bro. I don't necessarily think if we want to spend 12, 13 million a year, because I don't give a damn what anybody says. Like, that's what he's going to be asking. And Eric Berry, he deserves it, bro. His resume is flawless. You know what I mean? But I don't think that, with having Defoe coming up on his contract year next year, I think that is going to be probably the most important decision that we have to make next year, is giving him his money, because he's going to have a killer year this year, bro.
Yeah.
You can't let him get away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, we can't expend that much money, man. Man, Jimmie Ward is making $6 million this year.
I thought it was
Ronbo.
5.
Nah, was it? I thought it was 6, bro. I thought it was a 1 year, $6 million. It might be incentive based, but
Maybe incentive.
well,
maybe,
even
maybe
5. That's
6.
a lot of money. That's still a lot
And
of money, bro.
If they probably told Jimmy, Jimmy, you can make more money than that. If you stay on the field this year, we're gonna give you an extra $3 million.
Man, yeah.
They like him though,
but
Drake.
like I was saying, yeah. I mean, but like I was saying, it wasn't a clear break. It was a fracture, and I'm not one of these guys who's a Niners fan and just down talk people. You know what I'm saying? If he comes out and balls out, I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna pray and hope for that and speak that into existence before I speak any more negativity into existence. You know what I'm saying? So, man, we just gonna have to see what it is. But I mean, it wouldn't hurt to bring Trey in. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
and they
what's the most? Yeah, I mean,
they gotta have that conversation.
I think we got. Yeah, man, we got $36 million in cap space. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to increase with the yearly increase at the end of the year. So we got 36, man. Go ahead and toss him a bone and give him a $2 million incentive base with guaranteed,
and
$995,000 or something.
Prove it contract.
Man, yeah, man.
Bring him in for 1 year. Anyone of them for 1 year and prove it contract. Guys, if you can show us something special this year, we'll think about it.
Man.
Otherwise.
And I don't understand how people are saying, well, how the Niners are saying he's more of a hybrid. Well, shit, what the hell is Jimmie Ward? Y'all had him.
Because they play Jimmy all over the field.
Strong safety, free safety. Yeah, so, I mean, how is he any more different? So, man, we just
okay, Jay, Jimmy goes by the description of natural safety. Now, when they took him out of his element, when Trent Baalke brought him in, said, you're a safety? Forget that. You can play corner. What? So, I mean, oh, my God. And he's been shot at ever since. So, Yeah, but Dre, we got to go.
Yeah,
let me see you the day after tomorrow, man, after we get some camp done.
Yeah, man. Shout out. Shout out to my TNT Brothers Big Show. You know what I'm saying? Trey Trez, my player partner Will. You know what I'm saying? Sheik, Nighthawk. You know what I'm saying? All the fam, the Niner Empire, man. Y'all press that X. Stop getting them Twitter fingers. Go ahead and press that like real quick, and then click on and get your Twitter fingers back. You know what I'm talking about?
Thanks,
I'm out.
Dre.
I'll see y'all later,
Thanks,
man.
Dre. See you later.
All right, bro.
Yeah. All right. Let's check out Harold. Harold. Come on in, Harold.
Yo, what's up, Ronbo? How you doing, man?
No, Harold, doing fantastic, fam. I was watching these days drop down. Pretty soon we'll be doing that 100-day countdown. But yeah, tonight, let's talk about Tevin Coleman being the lead back right now. Jerick McKinnon's going to have to get a little bit longer rest. Ain't going to push him too fast. Matty Breida is the kind of guy where if it was up to me, I'd say, Matty, I just want you to work on your speed and everything like that. Stay healthy, because I want you from day one to be 100% healthy, because nobody, and I tell Matty, don't tell anybody I told you this, but Matty, can't nobody run that zone stretch like you. Please take care of yourself. I need you out there. Because, that's my little Matty B, boy. That's textbook. And he is ahead, of course. Mostert is going to be the guy we bring in. We're lucky to have that, because you got Mostert, special teams ace, but he's also available for running back duty, and a damn good running back should anything happen to the other three. See, we got a great situation with the running backs. Just about all of them staying healthy is what we can do. And, of course, Jimmie Ward, everybody's favorite subject. Why is he being considered by the 49ers the best DB out there? And why do we not look at Eric Berry and Dre Boston and anybody else that looks like they could play safety? So anyway, that's what's up.
Yeah, man. So I'll start with what you finished off with that safety situation. So, oh, man, I'm part of the J-Dub bunch. And it's difficult. It's difficult because I'm going to go ahead and put the J-Dub bunch on hold right now until he starts practicing again.
We got to.
But, yeah, man, I just like, oh, no, not again. But,
I know. That's what I said. I be truthful. I did, too. That's all job. No.
As far as Eric Berry, man, I I think there's got to be something going on, man. With his, I don't think he's right yet. I don't, because we all know that he's a good player, man, and nobody's really reaching for him right now. So there's, in Kansas City, he was hurt all last year, and he came back and played a couple games, and then he sat out a couple games. It was like something's going on right there. He can't be all the way right. I would think that he's good enough that somebody's going to take a chance on him, but nothing's happened yet. So I think there's something else going on there behind the scenes that we may not know about.
Could be right.
But
what about Trey Boston?
Yeah.
Why is it that nobody wants to talk to Trey Boston? And he's been on 3 teams in his 3 years, going to his 4th year. He goes into next year. Trey would be on a 4th team? Is he? What do you see when you see Trey Boston play?
I mean, it might be a character thing. You know how Lynch feels about those character guys,
it
man.
Must be.
For a guy to get, for him to get tossed around from team to team, and to somewhat produce, it's got to be something in the locker room or something he's doing that the coaches don't like, man. So, and that Lynch ain't gonna take no chances with that. He likes his good character guys. He doesn't want to deal with that type of stuff.
I mean, you nearly need to be a Boy Scout now, because the 49ers don't want to hear it. This is why it was interesting to see that they were after Odell Beckham Jr. OBJ is not doing anything to really disrupt it other than talking to the media about his quarterback. But see, that would be considered, if you can do that, that means you may have issues. You got something like that, you should take it in-house, and we should talk about it. Don't talk to the media about, well, I can't help this team if they can't throw me the ball. What? If it was media owner or the GM, Odell, do me a favor. If you have a problem with the quarterback, can you talk to me or somebody else? You got to go to the media and talk? It's the only way to get your message across. Most players think that's the way it works, and it's true. But they can really make that messy. But, go ahead.
Yeah, well, I mean, Odell, he's a definite diva, and he does produce, but, he has those off-the-field antics, he headbutt or hit the damn goalpost or the like little stuff like that. We can't have that. We can't have distractions like that,
Extremely emotional.
But about them running backs, man, I'm not too worried because I know Breida's gonna be ready. It's nothing biggie with that torn pec or whatever it is.
Yeah,
whatever it is.
He'll be ready for camp.
He's gonna be ready. All I want, man. So we got these injured. We got Ward, we got Bosa, we got Kwon coming back, Alexander, we got Verrett coming back. We got McKinnon. All I really want to see out of all these guys, man, is I want to see some practices and then a game or two in the preseason. All the rest of that stuff I'm not too worried about. It ain't that time yet. But as long as they're practicing during the preseason, getting a couple of games and getting their feet wet so that their first game ain't the start of the season, I ain't going to worry about them.
Yeah.
I ain't going to worry about them, man, because we got a long time before the season starts. And I'd rather go through this right now than go through it, week 1 through 4 or something like that. So, let's get all this out the way right now, and so we can be somewhat ready.
And this could be the blessing. They might be able to make some adjustments. They might look at Jimmie Ward, look at that film. You can't make any judgments of a man diving for a ball. But when he's out there tackling or doing some of the other things, you can maybe make some adjustments on that, Jimmy. See that angle you took right there? Wrap up, and by that I mean come in, hands back, lead with shoulder, and then wrap. Because what you're doing is you're putting your arms out there too quickly, and they're going to break you. So, but Jimmy should, he should have learned that by now, though, because you can't have 2 broken arms.
I don't know why Jimmie Ward was diving for that ball this early in the goddamn season, though, to be honest with you. Come on, man. Let that ball hit the ground.
And let it hit the ground, Harold, the thing is, that's who he is. See, that's why the 49ers like him so much. Jimmy doesn't know but one speed. All out. And they look at that, and they love it.
You got to make that business decision, Ronbo.
Exactly.
Them small corner. You see them small cornerbacks that don't try to tackle them running backs coming at them. That's a business decision.
You see that?
That's a business decision, so they don't get hurt. Okay. J-Dub needs to learn how to make a couple of those. Okay. Make a business decision, live for the next play, man, because we're gonna need them back there, man, because they obviously ain't signing nobody else.
No,
so we're gonna need them out there.
Well, the thing is, stat-wise, Jimmy actually is near top percentage-wise in making. He don't miss no tackles. See, that's one of the things.
I know that.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing. 49ers, they look at everybody on the roster and they look at this kid and look at him out there breaking his body. I mean, I have a talk with Jimmy. Jimmy, listen, you know what? Like you said, business decisions, you don't have to die for the ball. It's May. I believe you could have got it, okay? But if you pull up on that stuff, I'll be okay with that, okay? I need for you to stop sometime knowing to quit, but when the season starts, okay, this is the thing, But that's the way he plays.
Yeah. He does play hard, man, and that's why I like the guy, and he does make damn near every tackle, man.
Yeah, he don't miss it.
He's been
Jimmy gets you. You're going down.
In his whole career, man. He's going to make that sure tackle. But he, like they said,
he's going to get killed doing it, though. That's the only problem. Somebody brought it up yesterday, too, Harold. You'd probably agree. Get Jimmy some size, okay? Let's put a few pounds on him. I don't know what he's eating. If he's got a rabbit-like metabolism or what. Eat, Jimmy. Lift. Get bigger. That's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's gonna. I mean, he'll probably. I don't know. He's not. I don't know if he'll be able to do it now, but he could put on some pounds. But I mean, he does an all right job for his size. He just needs to. I'm just glad he's going to be at his free safety position, man.
Yeah.
He's going to be back to playing free safety. They're not going to be moving around trying to make it easy for him to read and react and play that natural position that he's at. I feel the same way about Solomon T, man. I feel like we're going to make it real simple for Solomon Thomas. Stop trying to play him on the outside because he's an inside guy on his highlight tape in college. You know what I'm saying? And then when he comes in the league and he's playing outside, it's like
put you on the edge. Oh, coach.
Yeah, no. Let's try playing you at the position we drafted you. For. All the film. No, yeah. Those two players, man. I want to see play their natural true position, and then if they don't succeed this year, then
we know that's the way it is. Yeah. Harold, appreciate your family. I'll tell you what, I'll be back here. Was it Wednesday or Thursday? Yeah, Thursday, Wednesday. Yeah, I'll be back in a couple of days. I'll take tomorrow off and watch what's going on in camp and then get back in the next day. All right.
Yeah. Shouts out to all the veterans, man. I'll talk to you next time, Ronbo.
We got to do that. All right, Harold. Appreciate your family. Have a good night.
All right, peace out.
Hey. And Ray Jr. says, "What's up? Happy Memorial Day to you." Hey, Ray. Happy Memorial Day, fam. Peter Gorman says, "Thanks to everyone who served in the military." Good call, Pete. Flex 831 Niners are like my first words to say is why is Jimmie Ward overrated for? I have not seen no glimpse of nothing but injuries. Could have got a rental with that money. Flex, you need to pay closer attention. All right, Jimmy gets hurt, but he's not trash. Let's not get carried away with that, because if he did, Larry Legend even said this dude's tough. So you got to give his credit. His thing getting hurt is another story, though. Antonio McCarr, what's up? Antoine Battle. Got to show you my video of my 3-year-old daughter yelling, "Oh! Hey, Antoine, put that on the app, and we will put it up for everybody to share, all right?" Hey, what is her name? Oh, what's up, little girl? What's up? Come here, you ready? Let's do it together. Oh, my count. 3, 2, 1. Niners! I got carried away. I didn't make you that hold that long, okay? You practice, you keep me longer, too. Oh! Balzac Team Bagger says, let Reed get more playing time at safety. Balzac, he doesn't like, he's gone on record saying he doesn't really like playing safety. He likes the slot, and if he had it his way, he'd be playing on the edge. Yeah. He can play safety, but it's not his favorite place to be. And the 49ers are going to accommodate him. He's probably going to try to, I think he's going to go up against K1 in camp and see what he can do. K1's going to be tough to beat, though. But we had a solid backup in DJ Reed in that case. Victor Rojas. Jimmie Ward will be back for training camp, though. Yeah, he'll be back. And here he comes. That man who loves him some Jimmie Ward. J-Dub's biggest fan, Justin's on the phone.
I am not Jimmie Ward's biggest fan. No.
You will be. You will be midway through the season like a whole lot of other people. I'm going to get him up to 205.
No.
As soon as I get him up to 205, I'm telling you right now, the injuries go stop, and Jimmy's going to kick some butt.
No. No. Heck no. I do want to say before I start. I do want to say something before I start. Happy Memorial Day to all the veterans.
Yeah.
Happy Memorial Day, all the veterans. And I do want, So I do want to say, and I'm seeing the birthday messages. Thank you. It's not today. Friday. Yeah.
Oh, God, Justin.
Oh, yeah.
Well, now that you got that out of the way, go ahead and address the subject matter.
I will address the subject matter. That is so disrespectful to Breida. My God. Tevin Coleman. He wasn't even when he was in the starting position for Atlanta. He didn't do that well. No. He did not do that well. No. He was a secondary running back. And when Shanahan had him, why are you putting him in the starter position? Why? That doesn't make any sense to me, at least. No. Breida earned that starter position.
I just want to ask you one question, though. You have watched extensively Tevin Coleman play, though, haven't you? And you still make that assessment that you don't think he's that good?
I haven't seen any. I haven't seen enough progress for him to say, okay, he's a starter. He should be the starter running back. No, Breida earned that starting position last year. He earned the position when he was under Carlos Hyde. He should have been a starter right after. We should have not just signed McKinnon. We should have kept Breida. But no, Mr. Shanahan decided to sign McKinnon to a 4-year, $40 million contract. $40 million?
But he didn't have Coleman at that time. And you have to understand the concept. All right, the guy you're talking about, Coleman, who was no good, he played the McKinnon role in Atlanta.
Wait, whoa. Can I paraphrase?
You said he wasn't very good. You don't understand why he's...
Wait, no.
I was shocked when you said it, too. You want to make a correction on that? Go ahead.
I want to paraphrase. I'm not saying he's not good. I'm saying he hasn't proven that he's good enough to be the starter. The main one who gets most of the touches. I'm saying Breida has earned himself. Why are you giving it to Coleman? When Breida proved to you last year that he could handle it. He could do it. He led the league and for 3 weeks and rushing until Elliott took over.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, why? Let Breida take the wheel. I'm pretty sure Breida. I'm not saying he's going to be the next Frank Gore. No, because Frank Gore was a different running back.
Two different styles.
Yeah, but I'm saying Breida has earned that starting position. He has earned it. Last year he earned it. The year before he earned it. That boy has worked hard. He earned it. Just because he has a shoulder right now. He'll be ready by turn.
But he's still going to get plenty of time on the field. When Shanahan's offense is the dimensions are such that you don't. The lead back may get the most touches, but the most touches may mean 1 or 2 more touches a game. Braida's going to get, if Breida gets hot like he can do, Shanahan's not going to pull him off the field. He's going to use him to set up his play action, though, and that's where Breida's value is every bit. I mean, we'll see later on, and Shanahan will see too. His importance to that offense is just incredible. So, because what Breida does is going to actually accentuate what Tevin Coleman is able to do. So, Breida's very important. Not to worry about that.
He's going to be very important. I'm saying these were 3 running backs. Yes, they will get all touches, but Tevin Coleman, can he handle the starting position? I don't think so, because I think he was a secondary running back when Shanahan had him in the system. I forget who was the starting running back. Who was the starting running back for
Devontae Freeman? But remember, Devontae's role is the same. It's going to be pretty much the same as Breida's. That's going to change. Kyle wants to see Tevin Coleman because he knows everything that you need to do under him. He had him for 2 years. So that's what that is about. So it's
well, didn't Atlanta – I was going to say, didn't Atlanta run a different type of offense than we did, right now? Didn't they run a different?
That was Kyle over there, remember?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it's the same offense.
Yes, exactly. That's why Tevin Coleman gets the nod, but only because right now Matty B hasn't came out there and shown him that he indeed should do the Devontae Freeman role and let Tevin and Jerick work out the other things. So you'll see that develop later on. But yeah, they're running the same exact offense.
Now, do you think that Coleman, you think McKinnon should get at least a competition, at least to see if they should? Do you think they should just have the running backs just battle it out to see who gets the starting position in preseason, or is it just Coleman's job until week one?
I'm not sure what's going to happen to McKinnon because actually, in the first place, now this is what Kyle, how much he does think of Jerick McKinnon. I don't know what Jerick McKinnon did to Kyle's mind last year, but he brought on Tevin Coleman just to back up McKinnon and Breida. So what people don't know about Jerick McKinnon, I don't know what he did last year, but I do remember hearing reports daily that McKinnon was just smoking the defense. Everybody says, well, I ain't saying nothing, man. Our defense ain't worth the, But it was, let's see. I want to see Jerick McKinnon just from what I've heard about him in Kyle's offense. Because remember, Kyle targeted Jerick McKinnon because he is considered by Kyle an ideal fit. He overpaid to get him. That's how bad he wanted him. And apparently he showed Kyle that he did not overpay. So some of us don't like McKinnon, think he's only a scat back, think he's only this, he's only that. Whereas in the mind of Shanahan, this is his ideal weapon. So we're going to have to wait and see on that anyway.
Okay. All right. I'm just saying, I don't think it was worth $40 million. I do not think it was worth $40 million. Right. That is a lot of money. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for a running back, Robono. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Even you. I remember hearing a pot. Would
you pay that much for? I'm not saying he's Le'Veon Bell. How much would you pay for a running back, though?
I'm not paying him Le'Veon Bell money because the Le'Veon one was $80 million. Or how much did he want? How much did
No, I'm just saying.
How much did he want?
Some astronomical figure, and in fact, it's causing some problem in New York. But you know what? Here's the thing about your running back, especially with an offense as sophisticated as Kyle Shanahan's. If he has a special responsibility, if his particular play is essential to the offense, you have to think on that level. You can't just look at him as a give him the ball, run between the tackles guy. That's not him. Jerick McKinnon's going to be the guy that's going to be isolated and put up in mismatches. When you have that kind of speed and agility, you can be a mismatch for everybody on the field. That makes you lethal weapon, 1, 2, or 3. Now you need to pay because this guy's worth that much to your offense. It's a little more complicated than just a running back traditional style that you got to look at him. When you get past that, then you can come up with a figure that you should pay him.
Well, I got to ask you something before we. I know we got a little time right now. I'm going to ask you something. I remember hearing something. I went back and listened because I had a chance. Because this is my first year listening to you. So I went back and I listened to something. You said when someone said if you would take it was Mayfield or Barkley, and you said you wouldn't take Barkley at number 1 because of the risk at running back. If you change your idea, do you think we should have taken Barkley?
Who was the comparison? Barkley against who?
It was
Baker Mayfield?
First round pick. Yeah. It was. And you said you wouldn't take a running back after number 1 because of the risk with running backs.
Hey,
risk of running backs.
Did we have Jimmy G yet?
I don't think so. No, I don't think that is. I think we had number 3 pick.
You're probably right. We didn't have Jimmy yet. God, I thought they came. I thought Saquon was last year. We already had Jimmy. It could have been Mayfield.
No.
Okay, you know what? My thinking hasn't changed on that. Nobody takes a running back as number 1. If you need a quarterback, your quarterback is the most important spot on the field as far as offense goes. But Saquon was a pipe dream. I wish we could have had him. Yes, I wanted Saquon to put him next to Jimmy, but I said there's no way you're going to get that to happen because you can't take a running back with the first pick. But there was another option. I says if I was the Browns or whoever else, I guess I was talking about somebody else. Oh, probably I was talking about somebody else. I remember it now. I wish we could have put Saquon Barkley next to Jimmy because that would have been just nuts. And then I said, but if I got a first-round pick, I probably got to go Mayfield. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't change that.
I wanted to clear that up. Yeah. Yeah, I just want to, and the last thing I'll finish off with, Join the Nick Mullins fan bunch. I'm telling you, join the Nick Mullins fan bunch.
Hey, I can't wait to see Nick
I
in camp.
sent you highlights. I sent you the tweet.
I don't
Join
need
the
highlights on
Mullins.
Nick. I know how good he is. I played him highlights all the time when he played the Raiders. I mean, I enjoy that game so much. Nick was just a magician out there. Woo! All right, Justin, we got to go, fam.
Yes.
I'll see you day after tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Mr. Instigator out.
Mr. Instigator, boy. What's wrong with the boy? Hey, James! Come on in here, James!
Hey, what's up, Ronbo? How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic, James. Man, we're sitting here raking over the coals of trying to figure out who the running back is. You know what bothers me, James? You know how you go on, I don't know if you do it a lot, but I go on social media. I get into arguments every day. And there's this one person I run into pretty much all the time. He's always saying, man, look here, man. Jerick McKinnon ain't nothing but a scat back and don't belong on nobody's first string. He's paid him too much money. He ain't nothing but a bust waiting to happen. Now, see, then my angle is, listen, let me tell you one thing. Kyle Shanahan knows what he wants and needs in this offense, and it ain't got nothing to do with what you're talking about or thinking, all right? When he gets through working on him and putting him on the field, I want you to promise me, after you see what happened, tell me, Ronbo, you was right. I guess Shanahan knew what he had planned. I'm always looking for that kind of retribution because, you know, I'm very vindictive like that. But anyway, the thing is, Tevin Coleman looks like he's going to be the lead back right now until McKinnon can heal up. And that's making, as you just heard, the Matt Breida crowd is like, no. And I'm a Matty B fan too. But the thing is, where are these guys going to be put? Tevin Coleman, I think that they had no business putting it out there that we had a lead back anyway this soon. It's kind of silly, but that's one area. And, of course, your favorite guy and mine, J-Dub, why don't they talk to Eric Berry and Trey Boston? What are your feelings?
Well, I really think that they're going to probably, if these guys, Trey Boston, Eric Berry, if they're not picked up, I'd say probably in the preseason, I got a feeling that Lynch is going to sit back and kind of see where this young group that we got, you know, how they match up with, you know, this reinvigorated defensive front that we got now, with the addition of the people signed in free agency as well as in the draft. And so, you know, and that's really something to think about, because I will say this much. The last couple of games that we seen, I think it was the guy, Dre that was
Dre?
on. That had spoke about, you know, in that Broncos game, how good Marcel Harris played with Devarius Moore. And it just, you started to notice as they continued to have more reps on the field, playing beside each other, they started to become a lot more involved, a lot more aggressive, and a lot more of what we wanted to see as fans. And I think Lynch may want to actually still try to go with that, because listen, I know I'm part of this family too, in this empire. I know it's some sad fans on that Jimmie Ward train. Y'all need to let it go, man. I'll give y'all some money for the gas to burn his jersey. I love y'all. I'm sorry. Okay, Jimmie Ward, if you got more expectations at this point, mind you, this man has been a 49er 5 years. Out of 80 games, he's played in 51. I don't know the amount of starts, but I guarantee you they're nowhere over 25. And if he did start, he did not play a whole 4 quarters of that game. Okay? I'm willing to bet that in the blind. Just put some money out there. And I don't even gamble, because I think I'm right on that one. Okay?
I think, James, I got to tell you, though, I think 2015, was that Jimmy Tomsula's year? Or he played the whole season, except for one game.
Season, Ronbo?
1 year, yeah. I think it was 2015.
Did he play the whole season? Because I thought around then he had.
He broke his arm in 2016. 2017 and 2018. He had hamstring issues a year before,
Right.
or a thigh
I think
injury.
he had a
It must have been
foot-
2015.
Didn't he have a foot injury?
Well, that was when he first came, 2014.
Right.
And
Okay,
2015,
well,
I think he lived the entire season.
Well, 80 games and you only appear in 51 of them.
That's
You don't play.
yeah. That's two seasons.
I mean I can't get my hopes up on him no more. I've been there, done it. I've watched cornerbacks get yeah, man. I'm telling people, and for a while there, I could tell them with confidence, yeah, man, our secondary gonna get better. I think Jimmie Ward's gonna. Man, I've been saying that 5 years, man. I'm tired of it. Okay, it ain't amounting to nothing because this guy is just. I don't know whether he's just a brittle individual that was not built to play that most violent of a position in the defense. And he's brittle, man. I mean, he'll break a toenail. He'll break he'll have pubic hairs getting braided while he's trying to run.
James.
It's saddening with him, man. Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, it's there's nothing. I look at it like this. We right now, it's a lot of optimism about this defense right now and the pieces we got, because when you really sit there and think about it and close your eyes at the pass rush that we can be able to generate now, and then the depth in the rotation with people like Ronnie Blair and Kentavious Street and the other caller that
DJ Jones.
Yeah, what's his name? The one that was on the chat area that the guy spoke about, that he said his name was anything simple and stupider than yesterday. To say that
anything goes. Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Yeah, anything goes. He needs to go straight off the side of the Grand Canyon, going up the hill.
I think he intentionally.
Move it down.
I think he intentionally comes in to troll. I'm not sure about him. I see him say some wild things sometimes. I think just to get a rise. We'll keep an eye on him. But go ahead.
I'm gonna give him a rise right now. DeForest is the onlyest player in NFL history to play a defensive position to have that many snaps in the amount of games and times that he's played.
And no injury.
Not enough. No
Dude's
injury.
An Iron Man.
He got something happened in a game. Something happened in a game. I believe it was last year. He got a little injury. He didn't even come out. Saleh was like, they took him out for one play and they were like, he didn't take the helmet off or nothing. He came right back in the game, man.
It's tough.
This guy to be, he's one of to me, he's the best interior D lineman in the league, because very rarely do you find somebody 6'8" that can move with that kind of speed that DeForest Buckner has. And you know what? This year here, it's going to all come in a well-rounded form and a shape because of the additions to that defense that we've got. If you line up DeForest Buckner and D Ford on the same side, or DeForest Buckner and Nick Bosa on the same side, okay? And then you have opposite them somebody like maybe say Eric Armstead lining up right there over the center, between the center and the guard in that wide 9 scheme.
Mm-hmm.
There's been time.
James, can you reconnect? James? Oh, man.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, you back? Okay. All right.
I'm in the house.
Wait a minute, is that James? James, that you? Okay.
All right.
James.
Good night to you. Love you so much, okay?
Oh, James.
All right. Sweet dreams, babe. Bye.
James.
Yo.
James,
sorry about that.
No, it's okay. I was confused. I thought you was talking to me.
Yeah, I was for a minute there, and then my wife was calling me. So
Oh, okay.
when
I said, James has gotten
whenever
awfully
she
affectionate
called
all
me,
of a sudden.
no, I'm still here. It's just that my wife had called me, so it kind of I was on the phone instead of being on the
Okay.
laptop. Yeah, that's just
Go ahead, because we got to wrap it up.
that's
But go ahead.
yeah, man. That's just it. I mean, I do believe that they believe in the front office that this secondary is going to be so much greater because we've got younger good players. We got veterans back there in Sherman and Jason Barrett. We also can, I do believe that they may see Tavarius Moore playing that free safety along with Marcel Harris and let them bigs up front get after it and give these young guys a chance and to sit them playing them only 35% of the time for 4 years, and then they move on to another team when their contract is up and become Hall of Famers.
Treat him like Bill Belichick, right?
Yeah.
James, we gotta wrap it though, James. Tell you what, I'm gonna be back day after tomorrow, man. I'll be looking for you, okay?
Hey man, when you coming back?
Day after tomorrow, because they'll be out in the field tomorrow, and the reporters will probably be out too. We'll get some information. So yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, Ronbo.
All right,
Thank you
James.
so much for what you do. Love
Thanks,
what you do,
man.
man. Thank you for the platform you provide for this Niner Empire, and I'm gonna end it with this: Niner Empire, Niner for life. Have a great evening. Thank you.
Thank you, James. Talk to you later.
All right, man.
Yeah. All right. And Eric code is 916 Sacramento Tomato. Hello, Sacramento.
Hello.
So, yeah. What is your name?
New caller. My name is Shanil.
Neil?
Shanil. I'm your fan on
Shanil.
Facebook. Yes.
Hey. Shanil, what's up, man? Come on in.
Hey, man. Jimmy's coming back.
Yeah.
And we got Nick. Man, if Jimmie doesn't do good this season, which I hope not, we got Nick Montana Mullins waiting.
You're a huge Montana. I mean, you're a huge Mullins fan, aren't you? I can tell immediately.
I like both of them, but, I think, I was studying both of them last night, how Jimmie got hurt and how the old Patriots quarterback, what's his name?
Brady? No, that's not old Patriots.
Before Brady.
Oh, Bledsoe.
Bledsoe got hurt. There were two similar injuries. So if Nick were to start last season, I think we would have been 10-6.
Nick didn't necessarily have to start last season for us to be 10-6, but if Nick would have came on instead of CJ for those 5 games, we would have won more than 4 for sure. Because one thing people have to realize between Garoppolo and Mullins, Jimmy's way more polished because he's had more time in the league, and he's also got his talent level is not below Nick Mullins. He can read and process across the field just as quickly as well, and probably a little faster. At least I know it's faster. So you got to wait until you can see Jimmie up to speed on the offensive system before you come to the conclusion that Nick Mullins is that much better. Because I think a lot of people are actually putting Mullins way ahead of Jimmy G, which is very interesting. I like Mullins. I think he's a good quarterback. I don't put him in G's class, but still good. But you go ahead. It's your time. What else?
Anybody that beats the Raiders and the Seahawks, I'm a
That's
fan
always
of.
appreciated.
Yeah.
Especially beats them to death. And did you see the defense that night? That is an example of what the defense should look like a lot. And that can happen a lot because for some reason we were sacking the quarterback. We were keeping him busy. He was off balance at all times. That's when the secondary will look good. When the quarterback is under siege from beginning to end. And because a lot of people are blaming the secondary for everything that goes wrong back there. When really it starts from the quarterback position, the front line, and that's how that cancer grows during the course of a play. But 3 points.
Yeah, I really love the 3-headed monster we're going to have back there on defense in those trenches.
Oh man, I tell you.
Put Buckner, and D Ford and Bosa together. When they get after a lot of quarterbacks. Hopefully Nick Bosa could stay healthy.
And what if Solomon Thomas arrives this year?
Put Solomon Thomas inside.
Oh, look at that. Or you could put the dual trees in the middle, like somebody's already said, along with Buck. I mean, put the dual trees with D Ford coming around the edge like a crazy man, Bosa doing what Bosa does, and then you got the two trees in the middle. I really like the potential of that front line defense. Oh, that's got to be nasty. So many options, too. All gas, no brakes this year, Chanel. All gas, no brakes.
Yep. And we should think about getting a free safety on maybe a one-year deal, maybe Eric or Trey Boston.
Will they play for that is the thing, though. I think they're looking for security at this point, especially Eric Berry. And like Matt Mayelko pointed out earlier, would they be willing to come to play for the 49ers for a one-year deal, knowing that the 49ers really don't want them for any more than that? Or put them on a prove-it deal, which would be fair. You know, Eric Berry and Trey Boston. They don't like Boston, apparently, because of the fact they think he's a hybrid. I never looked at him as a hybrid. I thought he was doing such a good job against us that he was a safety. He's a cornerback, too. Yeah. I guess he can, though. So, we shall see. But they may call him in just to give him a talk and see if they'd be happy with that. Because, and like James has pointed out, they're going to wait because I got a feeling Eric Berry and Trey Boston are going to go into game probably all the way into the first week of the season as unsigned. I don't know why, especially Trey Boston. We'll see. Chanel?
Oh, yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add?
Before I end, fuck the Lambs.
I know where you got that from.
Sea chickens and F the Raiders.
Yeah.
I'm out. I'm sorry. I'm out, Rumbo. Sorry.
All right, Chanel.
Later, guys. Later, Niner Empire.
Thanks, fam. Have a good night.
You too.
You. And yeah, it must be here. No, we're over here. Oh, Daniel, let's say 49ers fan 5249. Been a while since I could catch you live. Been catching up, watching later. Got to say, fam, I want J Ward to be successful, but he just keeps getting hurt. Might need to bring in Boston or Barry. Yeah, everybody's look at those guys. The 120376 says Jimmie Ward is not. He's got all the caps. I repeat, is not the best defender in our secondary. He's by far the worst since he can't cover, tackle, or create turnovers, but most importantly, he can't even stay healthy. Some of the other things may be debatable, but make no mistake, Jimmie Ward can tackle. In fact, he's one of the best on the team. Vincent Johnson says, we honestly just need to keep a healthy roster all season. The Niners are easily a 10-win team. I really sincerely agree with that. I really do. That's the floor this year. And mainly I say that because of Kyle Shanahan and that offense. If the defense comes to play, they're not going to be able to keep up with the 49ers. That's the bottom line. Flex, 831. Honestly, Rumble, it's early, and guys that are really good will get cut. Yeah, I know. But I already said that. Look out. 49ers going to lose some guys that we really appreciate this year. Some good DBs will be available. Just a matter of what we will do with Ward. And in addition to that, you know, there may be some guys that are getting cut from other teams the 49ers might want to look at as far as the problem is with this defense, so you need to work and get into it and get some training. When you get players that late, they're already behind. Stone Cold 49er, let's go! Daniel Andre Ward will be back for preseason. Let's see what he brings in the games. We have Colbert behind him. Going to think positive. All right, Daniel, good stuff, man. And there he is. Big Show says Nick Mullins is only 49ers starting quarterback since 2012 to beat Seattle. Was it because they had no film, or was it because he's that good? Yeah, it was. But you know what's so funny? Because that was a team effort that day. Nick played an integral part of it, of course, but when you look at the fact that Richie James ran a ball all the way back coast to coast, Dante Pettis was just on fire. There was a running back that I think Wilson, Jeff, what's his name? Jeff Wilson? Yeah, the 49ers were clicking on all cylinders of defense. D-Buck was not to be denied that day. Dropping Wilson. I mean, everything was working right. When the 49ers have everything working right, and that was their second team. Maybe some of them were the third team. 49ers can be tough. But these are the things that got to come together, and that's why the 49ers are building the depth they are right now. So I do think, though, a healthy Jimmie could have beat him, too, and maybe even worse. And I got a feeling if Ward had been healthy when they played the Raiders, we'd still be trying to count the points. So we'll see. I'm not taking any away from Nick, though, because I love having him back there in case anything goes wrong. As Mr. Instigator again says, for once I agree with Big Show. Guys, thanks for the contributions, too. Appreciate that. You know this. Bosh!
Hey, what's up, Ronbo? How you doing, man?
Oh, Bosh, man, is sitting back here laughing at the rhetoric we get through here like we always do. And if anybody seen Jersey Joe, I've not seen Jersey Joe. I got to get on him about that jersey. I mean, Bosh, he's got a gown designed. If we have to check into the hospital, we'll have Jimmie Ward wearing apparel as we walk around the hospital. He's got the big.
Yeah, he sent me that picture on Facebook. I know what you're talking about, man. Jersey Joe, this is a little correction because the guys called me Bash, and you always call me Bosh, so it kind of sounds like Chris Bosh, the NBA player.
Bash. It's Bash is Bash Brothers. I'm sorry. Bash!
Bashar, you know.
Yeah. I was going Bashar. Yeah. I was going Bosh. Just leave me up. I'm sorry.
Bosh.
But I like
That's funny, though. I like it.
but I do like Bash, though. All right.
It's all good. A shout out to, really quick, all the Memorial Day, all the veterans who lost their lives for us. We definitely have to pay respect to that. Also, there's families that are currently grieving for their recently lost ones, so we're definitely thinking about those families, praying for them. Definitely wanted to throw that out there.
Good.
Back to the Niners, though, I want to give a shout out to Dre. He brought up some good stuff earlier. He was talking about that one guy, anything goes. With him, I think he's anything but a 49er fan.
Everybody's got something to add to anything. Yes. Dre had some nice ones.
Yeah, I talked to the guy in the chat. I tried to be nice to him. I don't have anything personal with him, but my thing is like, this is my complaint. I haven't seen him say one positive thing about the 49ers. It's always negative. And like Dre was saying, he was bashing Buckner. Come on now.
That's bizarre.
Come on.
That's why I call troll. Because that's somebody who's obviously, if you are a 49er fan, you're faking. There's no way anybody that's a 49er fan calls DeForest Buckner anything but good. So, yeah.
It's like, at the end of the day, if you are a fan of another team, man up. There's plenty, plenty of Steve Chickens out there, and
be proud.
Other fans, yeah.
And Bash, when you go to another team's forum, if you ever do, I do on occasion. I let them know from gate. Look, I'm a 49er fan. I'm here to let y'all know you ain't going nowhere. Oh, okay, I'll just fess up. I love to mess with Raider fans when I got nothing else to do.
I let the Raider fans know I'm a Niner fan. I don't hide it. No, I don't make no bones about it.
Talk about God, man. But talk about getting flamed. I love it. And then I leave. Jesus. But go ahead, Bash. What else?
And another thing. So back to Trey Boston. You guys were talking about him. While I was on hold, I was actually watching quote unquote highlights. People, for some reason, they get mad at certain fans when you watch highlights, thinking it's not good enough. You have to watch the whole game, but
I know.
As if they have time to watch
the whole game.
Games that are 3 hours long,
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, if somebody's out there doing the work for me, putting his best plays in the past season in a 10-minute clip, more power too. But at the end of the day, though, we can't say that we've seen a 10-hour clip of Jimmie Ward highlights, quote unquote, for each past season. Maybe we could see a 10-minute clip of Jimmie Ward for his whole entire career. I'm not trying to be mean, but it's just how it is. He hasn't really been on the field. I see some good in Trey Boston, and I see a whole lot of good. I don't know why he's been bouncing around. I don't know why he's not with his current team. There's a lot of question marks that we may not know about. I'm just throwing that out there. He does look like a real safety. He's built. He's not slow. He's fast. I saw him blitzing on one play and sack Russell Wilson. I saw him run back an interception with some good speed. He looks much more like a safety than almost anybody else we got out there. He doesn't look like a cornerback to me. So, hey, if he wants to be a Niner, get him. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't want to come out here, though. Who knows?
No, he wants to play with anybody. You see that post he put on Twitter? He says, I'm 26. I love the game, blah, blah, blah. I don't, he doesn't understand why nobody wants to talk to him either. I think the 49ers called him in. He'd come running, He just wants to play. And nobody wants to talk to him. I do not get that. 49ers would be glad I'm not in charge. I said, guys, you know what? I want you to look at Trey Boston, okay? What? Guys, just do this for me, please. Just put him on the field. Let's look at him. If you give me any issues he's got, locker room, attitude, anything like that, I'll listen. But the guy can play. And then I get in trouble for micromanaging, but still, God, guys, really?
No doubt, man.
Is he that? What's wrong?
I know. But I am pretty excited about this upcoming season. Obviously, we the whole Tevin Coleman thing. I wanted the guy last year. I mentioned that before when I called with that. I was gonna do the Tevin Campbell music again, but I don't. He dropped his name again. Can
we talk for a minute?
I can't hit that high note. Otherwise, I would have joined in and did a little duet, man.
Oh man!
I've been known to rock the mic at a few karaoke bars in my heyday. So
yeah, no, listen, you got some skills, Bash, man. Some of the imitations you do, man, are like. So who is that else that does? Is that Kilmer? Who is that night show host that does great imitations? I mean, you be doing
Colbert.
Man. Yeah, Colbert.
Yeah.
Oh God.
All right, that's it, Ronbo. I'm gonna wrap it up. Just much love to everybody out there. Happy Memorial Day. Shout out to Nighthawk Fan Club, all the Niner fans, Jersey Joe, Sheik, everybody, all my buddies, Kenny, all you guys, man. I love you, Ronbo. You're the best.
Hey, thanks, Bash. Love you back, man. Talk to you later. Okay. Here we go. Can we talk? Adrian Gutierrez says we need a proven safety, not a rookie or second-year player at that spot. Yeah. I think either they'll either stay with Jimmie, and that's probably it, and let Adrian Colbert continue to see what he can do. But, yeah, you're right. You're not going to get any rookies out there. And that's why people always say, draft another guy. Well, you draft a guy, you don't know what you have either. It's a really scary thing. Jose Perez also done with Jimmie. They should give Colbert, we should call Colbert from now on. Colbert a fair shot to start, or just bring in Boston on a one-year deal. Shout out to the vets. Happy Memorial Day, Niner Empire all day. Good call, Jose. And Jux373 says, I would like to see Harrison more, given time to play safety in preseason, especially more. I've been hoping from last preseason that he was given a chance. All right. Yeah, these are. And there's Daniel SF 49ers fan 5249. Tevin is our only back who has proven he can stay healthy, so it's not surprising he is forecasted to be our number one contributing running back. Jet, Matt, and Raheem still nursing injuries. Yeah. You know what I'm hoping, though? Is this just a 49er thing? I mean, we have been down to our last running backs, and fam, you know what? At this point, we got to wonder about the turf in Levi's Stadium. What was think about this. 2014. 2015. Did this start in 2015? Remember? Yeah. Remember Tom Sula called in all them running backs because, like, Carlos went down? Somebody else was running behind Carlos. Who was backing Carlos up in 2015? Did he even have a backup? Oh, yeah. Oh, God, I can't think of his name right now. But we had an army of running backs. They all went down. The 49ers on the phone calling guys up off the sofa. Can you come in and play running back for us? Chip Kelly, same thing. We had Carlos. I think he stayed on the season almost all. Yeah, that's right. That was the year Carlos almost pulled off 1,000-yard season. Just missed it by a few until he got hit in the knee in that last play, right? And so, it's really crazy. Running backs are just a scary thing. I hope Tevin survives for us. Sheik! Sheik. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Sheik! Come on in there, man.
Ronbo! Don't call me Boss. Call me Bash.
I know, right?
Sorry,
I like Bash too. I was cutting his name short instead of thinking about why we call him that. So you know, Bash.
Oh, that's awesome, man. What is going on with you, Ronbo? I see your post earlier. Representing that hospital ward jersey.
But that was cold, boy.
Still on sale. It's on clearance.
Well, I should just make a lot of those, right? I mean, Jersey Joe, man, in imagination just got crazy with it, man.
Oh, man. Come on, Ronbo. Why is there even a squad? Please retire that squad. What is the purpose?
It's the J-Dub bunch. It looks a little bit like the hang loose, of Hawaii, but that's a W.
The only thing that's going to be hanging loose is the IV's hanging loose and getting a little IV, serum and all that, man. That's all I think
I like Jimmy. As I say, he bust ass out there and he ends up getting hurt doing it. And I know that's the 49ers are looking at. They're thinking they'll get lucky, he'll stay on the field and get it done. And I got news for everybody, Sheik. If he's playing behind a decent front line defense this year, look for that whole secondary to look. We won't recognize him by mid-year. Won't recognize him. You're going to see plays being made that you never knew were possible.
If he's healthy, Ronbo, he tried to dive for a ball and he got injured.
Oh, I wish I could ask him about that. Jimmy, it's May. You don't need to dive? Why are you diving?
Was it day 2, day 1?
Day 1, I think.
It's day 1, even better.
Maybe it's day 1 or 2. Yeah. Oh, Jimmy, it's okay. Let that ball hit the ground, man. Anyway, he's learned. These guys, guys like Jimmy have to learn, I guess. Don't do that unnecessarily.
But 5 years, how long is he going to be learning for, Ronbo?
Well, he never got hurt diving for a ball. He's gotten hurt, I think, making tackles. You know what's so funny about Jimmy? He hurts himself. Nobody else ever hurts him. It's always Jimmy hurt Jimmy. That's a bizarre thing. Quad muscle, hamstring, arms. Whoa.
I don't know. It wasn't a good movie, but you ever seen Bubble Boy before?
Who was in that movie? Yeah, I saw Bubble Boy.
I forget.
Yeah, was that John Travolta? What John
That
Travolta
should be
was?
Jimmy Ward. Jimmy Ward, he's too fragile. His brain is in glass, Ronbo. He's touching me breaks. He bruises, just like that.
Poor Jimmy.
But the thing is, Ronbo, he 5 years, two interceptions, or actually one each in 2015, and I forgot 14 or 16.
Yeah.
Oh, man. He might be tackling well, but we don't need a tackler for that. We have other guys. We have linebackers. Just cover, man. That's all you have to do is cover. No. You might tackle when you need to, but come on, man.
Yeah,
Jersey, no.
Listen, by the way, as Sheik is speaking, somebody says, I searched for some Jimmie Ward highlights. I couldn't find any. I just found 3 particular pages, three different ones. And you should check them out. Highlights from the 49ers, and Jimmy does a good job. I'm telling you, he can play. People have mistaken the fact that he gets hurt for not being able to play. That's not accurate. That dude can play. No doubt. Go ahead. Somebody's watch the first highlight they got. Oh, Jimmy can. Okay, go ahead. That's why he gets hurt. Jimmy's got to put some weight on, though.
Yeah, man. Like 5 years, man. I'm like, he's barely figuring that out. And it's like there's a lot of safeties right now currently I'm going to let Colbert go because it's kind of major injury that he came out with. But Tart has been injury prone. He just had everybody as a 49er fan remember just that one catch that he did. He's not healthy. That's the only thing I have doubts of Lynch organization like that. I wish they filled that little bit role a little bit in the safety, free safety, and strong safety. Yeah, they picked up a couple of years ago. They got DJ Reed and what was his name, Marcel Harris. But the thing is, there's guys sitting there waiting. Like Trey Boston's right there, healthy. Okay, you don't have to get Eric Berry if you're worried about injury, guys. Trey Boston's right there for your taking.
Mm-hmm.
You're not even looking. You're not even bringing anybody in. That's my concern. From this day, Jimmie Ward is not going to be playing until week 1. So we're not going to look at anybody at that time. That doesn't make sense to me, Ronbo.
Yeah,
that's the thing I'm doubting about the 49ers. What they're doing.
Well, let me suggest this. Watch Trey Boston's highlights. Watch Jimmie Ward's highlights. I'm telling you right now, I never watched Jimmie Ward's highlights right now. I just realized why the 49ers like him. His highlights are kick ass, okay? They really are. Jimmy makes some great plays. Now, we only see when a mistake is made, but you don't see those too often. So I know why the 49ers like him. The problem is, like you're saying, though, how long can he stay on the field? Just use the highlights and look at Trey Boston's highlights, and you'll see why the 49ers are saying they don't see Trey Boston being that much better. If Trey could stay on the field, though, that gives him the edge against Jimmy, though. I guess that would be one thing, though. So.
And also, let me just add this too, like anything blows. You know, you also said that, you know, DeForest Buckner is not that good, man. Please, you must be an ex-Raider fan. Like, what are you doing?
Current Raider fan. Come on, you can only be a current Raider fan talking like that. That's crazy. All right. Anyway,
come on. The reason I bring out Buckner, because obviously he's the only guy that I liked coming after the bulky days. And there's so many. Jimmie Ward's bulky. A.J. Jenkins is bulky. First round bulky is the reason why these guys are sticking. I don't know why. Eric Armstead. But he's a good run stopper, but the thing is he's not going to be the guy. There's going to be a rotation they're going to have with Eric Armstead. They might have like him out of the bunch, but the thing is Jimmie Ward and A.J.
I think everybody should actually hold up on the final judgments on all these guys until they have legitimate edge rushers. I think we have been confused by some things. I know from what you've already seen, you've already made up your mind, but let's wait and see what a complete defensive line looks like and see what they look like performing under those conditions. It may shed a new little light on a lot of things. So, anyway, Sheik, let me see you the day after tomorrow, fam.
Definitely, brother. Well, shout out to all those guys, the Army, you know, with the guys on Memorial Day. Shout out to Coach Tim. Shout out to him, definitely. Shout out to Nile Fan Club. Shout out to everybody that calls in. Hey, faithful! Hit that like Ronbo Sports. Because he's here, baby.
Thanks,
ready to go away.
Talk your mom, fam.
Later, brother.
All right. Is that Memphis, Tennessee? 901 Memphis.
Yes.
Memphis. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. What is your name?
King of the Philly.
Wait, I'm sorry. Say it again.
K-O-D-S. K-O-D-S.
K-O-B-A. K-O-B-A.
Yeah.
Kobe.
K-O-B-S. Yeah. It's
K-O-B-N.
Right outside
Coben.
of Memphis. Right outside of Memphis, Tennessee, yeah.
Yeah. Coben, am I right on that, Coben?
That's correct.
All right. Coben, listen, you should turn your app down or whatever that is. It's feeding into your mic.
Hold on 1 second. My first time calling, man. I'm sorry. Can you hear me a little better now?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly, too. No background sound or nothing. Good. Coben, man, glad to meet you, man. How you doing?
Yeah, man. All right, man. All right. Pretty good. Man, I've watched your show a few times, but, like, just recently I just really found out about you and everything, and I've been doing a few videos myself. I call it the 49 Show.
All right.
And just talking a little 49er talk or whatever. And one of the guys commented and said, man, you should call in the Ronbo. And I'm like, yeah, I've heard of him. And I immediately done it as soon as he commented on my YouTube channel a minute ago.
All right. What's that? Oh.
So, yeah. So, man, I don't know, man. I've been hearing all the Jimmie Ward talk, man. And I guess I just kind of wanted to just maybe hear somebody else tell me what they think about him, because a lot of 49er fans here in Memphis seem to think that I can sometimes be a little too hard on him, and I just kind of, it just feels good to hear a lot of other fans, voice their opinions as well, man, because I'm just not. I've never really been a big fan of him, man. I didn't understand why they keep bringing him back, and I'm not understanding why. I really don't even understand what they see in him, even when he is healthy. For the 2 or 3 weeks of the season, that he is healthy. I don't know, man. What are we gonna do, man?
Yeah, Jimmy. One thing you remember that Green Bay game? That was the perfect example of how important he can be. We would have won that game had he not got hurt. But it's always had he not got hurt or he got hurt. But the thing is, as soon as Jimmy went down, Akello came in. They beat him up. They brought in Maben. They beat him up. Jimmy was holding it down. Yeah. Had he stayed on the field,
you know what?
we win that game.
Yeah, you're right. Now, the Green Bay game was pretty good. I was impressed. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. But immediately, as soon as he got some of my respect back, he made me mad and got hurt. And I'm like, this is what I'm talking about right here.
Now, what I'm saying
that was a good game.
You got to distinguish between him getting hurt and his play. Now, a lot of people are calling him a bust. He can't play and things like that. Saying he can't play is a little bit much. He can play.
Well, I guess it's just because I don't really know what his true position is. I mean, because we never get to see him stick to one position for a full season, and he can't stay healthy enough for us to find out. I mean, I'm thinking he should stay at free safety. I think he's sometimes a little suspect outside corner.
Yeah. Stop moving him around.
But he did show up, though, that Green Bay game. I'll give you that. He did.
Well, that's what I mean. He can play. It's just that, can he stay out there? Because, like I say, if he stays out there, we win the game. Because he was doing a number on the receiver, whoever that was.
You're right. And the big thing I think what people are missing, the key to that game was, and I done this on my video earlier or last week, I said that there was one game when I was, when I was making my comments about Robert Saleh, and they weren't too good. I'm not a big fan of Robert Saleh either. I thought that was the best game he called all season, though. There was more press man coverage. He went away from the zone and stuff. And before we went back to the zone, we were doing great. I thought that's really what we need. I think that's what we really need to do. We need to play more man press coverage. I mean, what's the purpose in having guys like Sherm and Witherspoon, with the height, the length, and the long arms if we can't touch the wide receiver? And I thought that we were doing very good at that. But when we go back to zone, there's all the blown assignments again. Nobody's where they're supposed to be. It's like they don't understand the zone. So, but that was the best game that he called, and that was the best game that I saw Jimmie Ward play at corner.
Yeah, zoning up is a strategy that they're going to shift back and forth on, because that defense is pretty physical to the point where a lot of flags are usually flying, because that's what Sherman used to get. Cover 3 is designed, though. There's certain things that have to happen all at the same time. The 49ers have not been able to get that. It's as if they were still installing that defense after 2 years. But what we all have to understand is the consistency of players at one position has been ragged since Saleh first arrived. How many safeties have we had playing both in the box and at the center field position? Cornerback position has been, that's also been shifting. The 49ers can't seem to get a nucleus built. Now, hopefully they'll get that done now. And when that happens, you're going to get players who know each other. They're going to be able to play together. They're probably going to fully understand. This is why when people keep saying, get him out of here, get another one in here, you're going to bring another one in here, he's going to have to start training again, too. This is the thing. We keep on bringing in new bodies. They got to come in. They got to learn the system. They got to fit in. They got to build chemistry. It's a painful process that we're going to keep on firing guys every year if that keeps happening, so. This is the way it is.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think we just need to find our identity, and that's something that we haven't quite been able to do yet. We need to find out, are we going to be that team that's going to stay in cover 3? Are we one of those bend but don't break defenses, which I hate? Or are we just going to be aggressive and just man up, just man up and keep everything in, I mean, it's okay to keep everything in front of you, but I don't know, maybe with the pass rush being better this year, I believe
make all difference.
It should be. It's definitely upgraded. Maybe we can play a little bit more of what we did in the Green Bay game last year. Maybe we can play a little bit more aggressive at the line of scrimmage, because the pass rush definitely is going to be better.
All right. Did you see Aaron Rodgers? I think we got close to tapping him a couple of times in that game, I think. which is probably why the game was. They put a little pressure on him, not enough, but a little.
Yeah, not,
but he only
not
had
enough,
one leg.
Not yeah, that's true. Not enough. But what I saw was that Aaron Rodgers. It took him 3.5 quarters to figure out what we were doing because it wasn't the same film that he had watched on us. We weren't playing the zones and things like that. And I think the reason why we were able to hit him a few times was because we were pressing the receivers at the line of scrimmage, and I thought that was key. That bought the front seven, the front four, time to get to Aaron Rodgers a little bit more, and that's why I think that should be key.
And Coleman, remember though,
I think they've only got a little bit more.
They only had one veteran receiver on that field, and he was eating us up. The rest of them rooks were out there.
With Devontae?
Yeah, the rest of them rooks, Salah knew what he had, knew what he could do, but what he didn't know was that Jimmy was going to go down, and he's got to deal. Keller was still trying to find himself. Keller found himself about 3 or 4 weeks later. Maven does not know where he is even now. That boy could be in his house and not know where he is. Maven, boy, and he did a job. What's that wide receiver's name in Texas?
From Texas?
Yeah, the Texans.
You mean for Green Bay or?
No. The Texans' famous wide receiver. The name slips me right
now.
Hopkins. Yeah.
DeAndre Hopkins.
DeAndre.
Yeah.
For some reason, remember that time when we had that other wide receiver that wasn't worth a damn that went over to the Hawks. Anyway, he was covering Hopkins, and Hopkins was just using him like a pick handle. And then Maven came in and slowed him down. And I said, look at this.
Yeah.
So,
I remember that. A lot of the members in my fan club, the 4-9 club, they were there for that game in Houston. I thought that Maven was going to be the guy to take Witherspoon's spot. I'm not going to lie to you, but I don't know what that was. I guess that was just a one-time thing, or I don't know. I don't know. But he did play good.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
We'll see.
He comes back to the Green Bay game and he loses the game for us.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what to expect, but I think that if we had a win for Earl Tomlin, or if we had a win for Honey Badger, or even like Eric Berry now, maybe we could have a veteran back there that can communicate with Richard Sherman and can, maybe help that secondary out a little bit more with the pass rush helping it out a little bit more as well. I think we could be a lot better. But I just don't see Jimmie Ward being the answer. And I definitely don't see him doing a 16 games. I don't think that ever had.
Can't gamble on that. There's probably Vegas odds on that, too. Will Jimmy G survive from week 1 to 16? We got to go, fam. We're run out of time. Coleman. Hey,
okay,
pleased
man.
to meet you, too. I'll tell you what
Thanks for taking my call, man.
Yeah, what is your channel? What do you go by?
Yeah, King of the Silk. And
King
the show called
of the Silk.
4-9 Show.
Am I right?
Yes,
King
sir.
of the Silk, SILK. All right. Check him out, fam.
SIP. Yes. Thank you, man.
All right, fam. Have a good night.
Be talking to you too soon. All right. Happy
forward.
Memorial Day.
All right.
All right.
And I'm still getting in trouble for calling Jimmie Ward, Jimmy G. Once you say Jimmy G, I got Jimmy G on the brain at all times anyway. So because I love this quarterback, man. I can't wait till the season starts. Roberto.
Ronbo! Hey, Ronbo!
Roberto, talk to you in a while. What's going on, fam?
Nothing, Ronbo. I've been chilling and been busy, but I'm back.
Roberto, man, as you know, and I know you probably feel the same. Jimmie Ward is making people crazy. They've decided if he can't stay healthy, that he ain't worth a dang, and he does have a problem with that. And we're also looking at who's your number one running back, Roberto. Who would be your top choice of running backs right now? You had to come into camp and say, Roberto, look, we got 4 guys here. We want you to tell us which one do you have the biggest faith in? Is it Tevin Coleman? Is it Matty B? Is it Jerick McKinnon? Or are we going to bring Raheem Mostert off of the special team squad to be a starter? Hey, what would you do?
Oh well, I got Tevin Coleman, And Tevin Coleman will be my number one running back because he's very good.
Mm.
And my second
Yeah,
running back will be
Roberto, your
my
mic,
next.
your mic is getting away from you. Your
Oh
voice is
yeah, yeah,
falling.
sorry. Oh yeah. And I'm saying my number one running back will be Tevin Coleman, and then my second running back will be Matt Breida, and then it will be uh
Jerick McKinnon,
no, it will be
Mostert.
number one. No, number one Tevin Coleman, number two Matt Breida, number three Raheem Mostert, and number four will be McKinnon, because
You gotta put McKinnon down at 4.
yeah,
You
know,
gotta call him as you see him.
yeah, we gotta keep him, we gotta keep him clean, because you don't want him to get hurt.
Yeah, this is. Hey, Roberto. Remember last year how the Rams wouldn't play anybody in any preseason, the starters, and yeah, the Rams kept everybody in bubble wrap. They didn't let nobody play. I guess McVay was probably running along down the field with his wide receivers, making sure they didn't get hurt. I mean, they were just keeping care of the Rams because they just knew we're going to the Super Bowl, and so
Oh, hey. Oh, yeah. And you know what, Rumble?
yeah,
You know what, Rumble?
yeah,
Because of the running back.
yeah, Gurley.
Yeah, Gurley, you already know they're very concerned about his leg because that is very serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and then they got a new running back. But the new running back they got,
Hmm.
he's not better. He is not better than Gurley. Gurley's better
No,
than yeah,
Gurley's. Yeah, it's gonna be take a lot for him to be better than Gurley. Although,
yeah.
hey, but Roberto, I gotta tell you, man, C.J. Anderson last year. C.J. used to be a good running back. Maybe Gurley's leg was hurting him that bad. He was better than Gurley last year, especially the last
Oh
few
yeah.
weeks. I was shocked.
Oh yeah, and CJ he's kind of fat. I'm like, how
Yeah.
is he better? And I'm like, and then I'm like, how is CJ better than Gurley if he's like fatter and Gurley's more skinner? Because the more skinner, you're better and more faster and
Well,
more
yeah,
athletic, and.
but it's hard to tackle C.J. Once that big
Yeah.
bowling ball starts rolling, getting momentum, it's like trying to stop a wall coming at you. That dude is hard and heavy, and he's got a
Oh,
low center of balance. Dude is terrible to tackle.
yeah.
So, I understand.
Oh,
But I
yeah.
didn't know he's going to do that good. He's always been pretty good, but not like he was with the Rams. They lost some of them
Yeah,
offensive
yeah,
linemen, though. So we'll see about
yeah,
that.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. Rumble, you already know this season, the Rams gonna pick a new running back. You already know with the long hair, another one. With the dreads on. And you know what? Running back, he's not gonna pass. You're not gonna pass on the line because I know Floor, Bosa, Buck, Armstead, Killer Thomas, already DJ and the other D line that they're gonna get his ass. I already know.
I agree. I mean, we got some
Yeah,
guys now,
yeah,
Roberto. Yeah,
yeah.
we got some
And you
real
know,
guys now.
yeah. When a new running back, whenever you want to go side by side, two monsters in the side by side, they're gonna get them. The two-headed monsters side by side, they're gonna get them. You ain't gonna go nowhere, nowhere.
Three-headed monster.
Yeah,
Bam!
yeah.
Boom! It's like martial arts movements. You got the guys coming across, sweeping with a ridge hand. Comes
Yeah,
around, blocks, ridge
yeah,
hand,
yeah.
front
Oh,
kick,
yeah,
drive,
oh,
drive, drive. It's gonna be crazy
yeah.
out there.
And you know who's gonna be side by side? It's gonna be Buckner on one side, the other one's gonna be Keith. And boy, that boy ain't going nowhere. The running back, that new boy.
Looking forward to that defense. Roberto, that defense is going to be as entertaining this year as the offense. I'm telling you right now. We're going to be saying, we're going to be yelling and screaming when the offense is on the field, and then when the defense comes up, just everybody going to stand up. Oh, here we go. Move the ball, other team. Roberto, the biggest,
Here we go.
biggest game of the year, the biggest test the 49ers are going to have in the first 5 weeks. We come back from the bye week. It's the Browns. Ooh, that's going to be a game, Roberto! Oh! Roberto, we're out of time, though. Roberto, let me see you in a couple of days, Roberto. All right?
All right, Rumble. All
All
right.
right, Phil. All right.
Woo, you already know. 2019, baby. We coming, baby. We going to the NFC Championship. We going back, baby. We going back, baby. And the NFC West, better watch out. And you know, that new quarterback of the Cardinals, that little midget ain't going no.
All right, Roberto, we're going to talk about that. Let's talk about that in a couple of days, Roberto. All right. Gotta go, Roberto. Have a good night, fam.
All right, down again, stand up. 2019, here we go. Here we come. Peace out, Rumble. Much
Peace
love,
out, fam.
man. Peace
Appreciate you.
And again, baby.
Yeah. Bang, bang. And then we go now to Demetrius.
Ronbo.
Demetrius.
Hello, bro.
Oh, man.
How you feeling, man?
Oh,
Happy
feeling
Memorial
awesome.
Day to you, man.
Hey, that's right. But you know, we gotta constantly mention that, man, because it's just too much to not. Can't overlook military people. That's just, man. Appreciate them. If you, hey, by the way, if you're watching right now and you're a serviceman, boy, I tell you what, I do appreciate you, a part of the 49er fam as well. And we love you, love you, love you. Appreciate everything you do to make all of this possible. All right? Happy birthday.
Yes, sir. Salute.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Demetrius.
How you feeling, man? What's going on, man?
Demetrius, man.
I hear the show. It's popping tonight, man.
Well, you know, we're having fun, you know. But I tell you what, man, I'm Tevin Coleman, and at some point, you had to figure, even if it wasn't now, due to the fact that, due to the circumstances, we got all kind of guys laid up in sick bay. But Tevin Coleman is now declared as the #1 running back. And I'm laughing because when they declared that, I said, well, hell, can't nobody else play running back right now. If I'm Tevin, I say, man, y'all could just look. Don't give me no titles. Look, can we wait a minute? Let me at least compete with these guys, and then if I can beat them out, I'll take that. You know. But right now, it's Tevin Coleman is #1. So I was, you know. But hey, Demetrius, you see that changing though anytime after the season starts, just to project.
If he don't get nicked up, and if he don't fumble, because he got a fumble habit. If he take care of the ball,
I never thought.
If he take care of the ball, Ronbo, he gonna be all right. And if he's not banged up or nicked up, but I noticed when he was with Atlanta, he fumbled a lot. He fumbled more than Coleman. If you look back at the tapes, he had quite a few fumbles, but that's my only concern with him. Other than that, he balls out. Even when he was with Kyle Shanahan, he fumbled Hooski, man.
That's who trained him up to be the receiver and everything. Hey, Demetrius, see, nothing scares me more than a running back that fumbles. You say he fumbles a lot? Because I only seen him when he played against the 49ers, and every now and then I catch the Falcons games, but not often. But you say he does fumble.
I'm quite sure a couple of times, man. I've seen a couple of their games, like he fumbled the ball a couple of times. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but
I don't know.
They made his ass sit down. Like he get back in the game.
I'm gonna take your word for
And
it.
if
I
you
don't know
look
because
at
I
it,
never watch
if
it.
you watch a couple of they, if you watch a couple, didn't he fumble in the Super Bowl?
I can't remember. I don't know.
I believe so. They sat him down. You look at him, man. Coleman carried the ball. Remember that year Coleman had the most carries?
Yeah, Devontae, because Devontae gets hurt, and because he's supposed to be the lead back on that team, right? But he does get taken out a lot. He missed half the season the year before last, and that must have been the year when Tevin was like carrying the ball a lot. So see, because his thing is a receiver. He's that guy who can come out of the backfield and is a good receiver. So if they're going to make him both the receiving back and running back. You know what, though? They got a mistake on that. Because no way if I got Matty B, I'm going to have Tevin Coleman carrying the ball. I'm going to use Tevin Coleman for what his strength is, and that is mismatches and catching the ball out the backfield. Matty B, boy, that's my dude when it comes running that stretch, boy. Oh, I love the way he runs that stretch. Who?
Matty B be gliding, man. He be on the clouds.
Smooth as silk.
That boy be on the glide, man. He don't even run. He glide.
I mean, it'd be moving so fast and unrelaxed.
It don't even look fast.
Right?
Yeah, he just be, I be like, God damn, boy, you gliding.
And then when he puts that foot down and he cuts, and he's still gliding. Look at Matty B. Look at him up them yards.
His new name is the Glider. But yeah, Ronbo, we got enough running backs to hold it down. We got enough.
They picked up that new kid.
We got
too.
enough. I think that's just they just throwing that out. He's going into training camp and all that. He's the starter. He's the starter for now.
And that's
just, you know what I mean?
Ain't no big
but
thing.
But it is nothing though. I think ain't no big thing, man.
Yeah.
Ain't no big thing. Offense gonna be great, Ronbo. Don't worry, Ronbo.
Hey, you know what? Actually, just like I got to talk about, we're going to be standing up and shouting when the defense goes on the field, too, because it used to be you stand there and hold your breath and hope the 49ers can hold until they can get that offense back on the field. We ain't got to worry about that now, boy. Somebody going to get hurt on the other side of the field now. Ooh, yeah.
It's about to go down, man. We gonna hold it down, man. Yo, Ronbo, we should go get, I don't know, man. I think we need a safety. I'm still on the J Ward train, man, but bless up to him. Hope he's doing better.
I ain't gonna argue with you, Demetrius, man. I'm a Jimmie Ward guy, but Trey Boston intrigues me, and I don't understand why he can't get a job. I do not get it.
Yeah, maybe it's a locker room. He got locker room issues, probably. Those. You know what I mean?
Did you respond? Did you say that when I was talking about that on the comments? Actually, somebody else said it must be the locker room. Yeah, somebody said it must be his locker room presence.
But if it's not that, then I don't know. Unless teams are just waiting until like training camp starts and stuff. You know, when dudes get hurt, they make that call. You know what I mean? So maybe he's just on a back burner for now. But I think teams are looking. I hope San Fran looking. Well, all their eyes. Shit.
They know. I know they know he's out there. And you know what? You know, they might lowball him. That's how come he paid. I don't know when he signed with the Cardinals last year, but he be signing them $1 million contracts. He's worth more than $1 million. And that's why if he comes in the next, 49ers will wait until like opening day. All right, Trey, you know what? We're going to give you a shot. Well, hell, now he's starting behind Colbert and Ward because he doesn't know the defense. So you can say, we can put you on a prove-it deal. You can pick up the defense if you get in, you know.
Yeah. Wasn't he on Arizona, though, right?
Yeah, he was with the Cardinals last year. He did a good job for him, I thought. I don't get it.
So he's seen us enough to know what we do the past couple years. So
Cards are playing a similar defense anyway.
Yeah, I don't think it's too far-fetched. But also, too, Ronbo, I wanted to add on that one dude, that one safety, that rookie safety that we picked up, that one that's really good. He's my black horse, man. He's my dark horse coming at you. He's going to shock a lot of people.
Wait a minute.
And we drafted a rookie free safety. I forget what. I got to go back.
Is he a free safety or cornerback? Let me get those. Can I get those draft picks up? I think, the guy you're thinking about, we picked him up in the 6th or 7th round, right?
Something like that, yeah. I think I'm trying to remember what college he came from.
Yeah, I'm bringing it up here in a second. I think it's, his name's, is that Tim Harris?
Not Tim Harris. I think Tim Harris is the cornerback.
Yeah, he's a corner, 6'2".
It was an undrafted free agent. It was an undrafted free agent.
Okay. We got so many undrafted, and I'm still waiting for that linebacker who man, that dude.
Man.
So there's gonna be some competition in camp. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, this is why I think. Yeah, I don't even think why we biting on nobody right now. You know what I mean? I just think we got it in house. They just got to see who work out and who fit the scheme. But I think that undrafted free agent, that free safety, I love his aggression, man. I think
linebacker.
he's my dark horse, man. He's
Yeah.
my dark horse, man.
And Sean Poindexter, wide receiver, that boy's a beast. It's going to get crazy in camp this year. And like we were saying weeks ago, somebody we all love and enjoy is going to lose a job. I can see that coming now.
Yeah. It's going to be, you ain't got to go, but you got to get the hell up out of here.
You got to go home, but you got to go somewhere, anywhere but here.
Yeah, man, it's going to be crazy.
Well, Demetrius,
yes, sir,
man.
Ronbo, man. Good to hear your voice, man.
Oh, thanks, Demetrius. Good to hear from you too, fam. I always love that East Coast twang.
Man, you already know, man. New York, bro, all the way, man. I'm a New York man.
Feeling it.
I don't care what nobody's saying.
And we love it.
Man, I love it back. I love you guys back too on the West Coast, man. You already know. R.I.P. my man Nipsey, man.
All right, fam.
Yes, sir.
Talk to you day after tomorrow. It's Demetrius. Let us. It's JT.
What's up, Ronbo?
JT, man, we're looking over the situation as running backs. That room is full of bodies, all of them laying up, getting intravenous feeds and sipping soup. And there's Tevin Coleman running out there. I'm number one. I'm kind of enjoying this, though, because now the rest of those guys that are hurting and sitting back trying to heal up, they got something to shoot at now. If they're going to declare Tevin Coleman as the man, then everybody's going to take some exception to that. And they're going to say, oh, hell no. And I like that attitude. That's how you fire people up. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, there's my boy Jimmie. Nobody loves Jimmie Ward but his mama, his girlfriend, and me. And then there's a few of us.
Hey.
Harold. JT.
Hey, this is what I think. I think I've been following up on the Ronbo show. I've just been kind of catching up a little late on it. Yeah, it's a shame he hurt himself. Fuck, shit, man. It's just OTAs. It ain't that damn serious, but I mean, hell.
But he's
just trying to prove himself.
I know, but you gotta avoid it.
His luck is as bad as Verrett's. Hopefully Verrett,
Maybe, well, not quite as bad.
I don't know. I'll speak on.
Oh, that's another worrisome dude. Oh.
Yeah, but I have a good feeling about him this year, though.
Oh, I hope so.
I have a real good.
Oh, if he could just stay on the field. Cause
yeah,
you got people talking about. I don't know about that 49er secondary. So what? If they stay healthy, it could be one of the best secondaries in the NFL. I got 2 Pro Bowlers playing against each other.
And I still believe that we still can, even if we don't got Verrett. I still think I think Colbert can bounce back. I think Colbert, Marcel Harris, anybody you put back there.
K1.
I even like Tarvarius Moore. You put him in his natural spot.
They might at some point.
The 49ers got some options. I think that's why they're not going after Eric Berry or
Trey Boston.
Or Trey Boston,
Yeah.
But I do think I think we're gonna be all right. I don't think we're gonna be worried about it. I think they just gonna let Jimmie Ward heal up, and when he's ready, we can go with what we had originally planned. Because I think when Jimmie Ward, when he's healthy, I don't care what anybody says. When he's healthy, he falls out. But he just got bad luck. He just needs to protect himself and and try to not I think he just be falling down wrong or something. He ain't protecting himself or something.
Watch his highlights. I'm watching how he tackles, but normally he leads with the shoulder and nice. Jimmie's that guy that cuts people's legs out from under him. He's right on the ball most of the time, or he's making a play on it or knocking it away or something. But his highlights will show you he ain't out there just jiving around and not doing nothing like a lot of people accuse him of doing. No, he's not. He's playing and doing a good job. But if he makes a mistake, that gets blown all the way out of proportion. He makes several good plays. He's just doing his job. Make one wrong move. Look at him. He sucks. He's a bust. I said, come on, man. Y'all got to stop that, man. That ain't even true. So,
Hey,
that's
Ronbo,
why I stick up
I
for
am
him.
curious. I am curious to see what Tavares Moore would look like back there instead of Ward, though. He got the size, the length, the length, height, weight radius, all that. I think they ought to put Tavares Moore right there one time to see what it looks like, just to see,
At least during preseason.
And I think
let him take some reps at least. Yeah, I got no problem with that.
Yeah, let him take some reps and see what he looks like, and just see who's the better man in preseason. If Ward's going to be out, then so be it, and if he's there, then even better. But his
that kind
his
of
collarbone might be a little ginger.
No, it's not a complete fracture. In fact, if they keep Jimmie out more than 8 weeks, they said it's just for strictly precaution. But I do want to see what Moore looks like, though. When you have that kind of speed, it's an asset. Colbert has that kind of speed, too. But you need to be able to take the right angle and read the defense and be able to be there at the right time. On a cover 3, you are the lifeline. Because if the cornerbacks, and the receivers come jamming down the field, you better be on it and make the right decisions out there and take the right angles. So there's a lot that goes into that position, and this is why you got to be careful putting rookies out there. But if they can learn quickly, you go ahead and do that because the pros is a different game.
It starts with the front four.
Anyway,
the front four. You got the front four right there, and if then you got the middle. I believe in Dre Greenlaw.
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching his highlights, and you put him right there along with Fred Warner until K1 get back.
Oh, man. I want to see Dre Greenlaw at the Sam position. I'm going to go ahead and put Fred at the mic. And maybe we'll go ahead and put Quan at the mic and put Fred. Or I sometimes think Fred maybe should play the Sam, too. I want to see what he looks like there because he's got the prototypical size as well.
Hey, you know what I really want to see, Ronbo?
Aggressive linebackers. Yeah. What?
You want to know what I really want to see more than anything?
What's that?
I want to see a 100% healthy 49ers at their full strength.
After
Can you imagine
15
that?
weeks or so. Just, if everybody's still here, yeah! Let's go get that playoffs. Man.
Hey.
Promise,
Shit,
anybody who wants to bet, if everybody stays on that field next year and that offense can start to learn more and more, they're going to as they go, by week 16, I can almost promise the 49ers are going to the playoffs. Ain't nobody better than Kyle Shanahan when it comes to offense.
And you know what it's going to do? It's not even going to seem like a job. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun for them boys because they're going to be kicking ass on both sides of the ball.
I can't wait to see. This is the first year we've had a chance, JT, to see the both offense and defense are intense, exciting teams.
They're going to be feeding off of each other because they're going to be kicking ass. And next thing you know, it's not even going to feel like a job to them boys. They're going to be having fun out there.
They better be doing that anyway.
They're going to be playing and they're going to be gelling, and they're just going to have that chemistry going on. Once they gel on both sides of the ball, it's just going to be
JT. That'll mean the program will be completely installed, and people can stop complaining about every little player on the field. JT, let me see you day after tomorrow, fam. All right.
All right, Ronbo.
Have a good
Night,
night.
Empire. All right.
Hey, appreciate you, JT. Have a good night.
All right. You too.
Hey, Jason.
Yo, Ron G. Yo, peace, man. It's still a Jimmie Ward conversation. I think Ward will be fine. I'm feeling very disrespected for our boy Matt Breida. This is the second year that in a row that his position has been just given away to a newcomer who has yet to step a foot on the gridiron. Matt Breida has been a workhorse running back with injuries. All right, he overdoes it in the weight room. That's a good thing. Jimmie Ward, reckless abandon. He doesn't care about hitting. That's a good thing.
I know.
I never heard of a 190-pound hard hitter in my life. So it's back to that. I hate to beat the dead horse. He's either got to play corner or bulk up for the safety position.
Yeah.
I know he doesn't have the cover skills, but I'm saying mathematically in the X's and O's of things, measurables.
Yeah.
You know, this is why a tight end is not like when we had Delaney Walker at first. I said, well, what's 6 foot, 240 pounds? Who's putting in that tight end? But it worked out. You know what I'm saying? It worked out. Kind of the way I hope Jalen Hurd works out for us. Maybe
Jalen can put some more meat on, though. You know, Jalen's about he's about 15 pounds light, though. He can put on more. He can carry more weight than that and stays fast, I believe. You know, because when you're 6'5", you can weigh 235, no problem.
I want to see that too. He looks a little lanky for what I've seen him at Tennessee. You know, but even still, we've been asking for these big bodies. We got Jordan Matthews, Sean Poindexter. I believe that's going to be 3 that make the roster. Ron, how does the practice squad thing go? Like, if you dump a guy to the practice squad, I know teams can go after him, but we get to match the offer though, right? Like if we put Sean Poindexter on practice squad, hypothetically, like, all right, we got logjam at receiver, we're gonna put Sean Poindexter on practice squad. Can another team just swoop in and take him right out the gate? Or
according to CBA,
do we have rights to at least match?
You know, according to CBA, if you don't put him on your 53, he's fair game. What the 49ers can do, and what they have been doing the last couple of years, players they don't want to see leave, put them on the IR. 49ers they put 49ers put everybody on the IR last year. As soon as preseason ended, you put him on the IR. What's wrong with him? He hurt his toenail in the shower.
Some good news, though. Eric Armstead played the whole season.
Yeah. Joe Williams was on. Remember Joe Williams on IR that year? There's been several guys. Wasn't nothing wrong with him. You know?
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. I thought they might have been giving him an extension on his, psychological thing going on with his system.
They were.
As we know, Solomon T is going through now. You know, and I saw the interview with Solomon Thomas today on 49ers.com.
Right.
And, he sounded like he actually was going through psychological things that were carried out on the field. His head just wasn't in the game. But he sounds focused now and about football. He wants to get back to it. So it'll be really, really a treat to see Bosa and Solomon T make this transition. Well, obviously Solomon has yet to make it, but I hope Bosa hits the ground running more so. Like, we need him day one against the Bucks, I believe our first game opener. I want to see Bosa on that end doing damage with D Ford. D Ford is very, very good too, man. I've been watching this dude lately.
Man,
he look good, man.
And Buckner must be laughing. He must be hitting a wife just picking up there. You know what I got to help me this shit? You know what I got? They gave me some Duke gifts. Yeah. They gave me Bosa over here. They gave me D4, and I'm going to kick them asses this year like you ain't never seen.
We got that guy Morgan from the Panthers. We got some help out there. Jimmie Ward, hopefully he'll be all right. McKinnon, I hope. We got some guys on the men that I want to see healthy, man. Come the opening game. That'll be real nice, like the last dude said. A healthy 49ers, man. I'll put my money on them every time with Jimmy G at the helm. Obviously, he'll be healthy if so. I'll put my money up on the real, not just because I'm a homer or nothing like that, but
because you believe
the personnel. Yeah, we have it. We have the pieces, 3-headed monster and 4-headed monster if you consider number 31 out of Purdue. I can't remember Mostert.
Mostert, running back,
Mostert. Yeah. So that's 4 backs. Wilson, they'll probably put on, And we got this other guy we just signed for 3 years.
Name Elliott.
Has hands out.
the backfield too.
And boy, that dude can run. And he's
can
got two
run.
first names. Elliott, I think, is one name. Last name is Elliott. I think. Forget his first name. That boy, man, I'll check him out. Oh, let's see. The 49ers, they can find him running backs, though. I mean, if Kyle.
Pick.
Yeah, they can. They know the running backs. See.
Yeah, Kyle, like his father, knew how to find running backs. That was one of his attributes, running back maker. You know, big Mike Shanahan.
Yeah.
So we'll be
and then
all
Bobby
right,
Turner.
man. I think we should
training him, man. Oh,
Bobby Turner.
That's Kyle's right hand man. The guy, I think his last name is Bobby Turner. Yeah. Anyway, he's a running backs coach, right? Have I got his name right? Bobby Turner, right?
Bobby Turner. I don't even know who our running back. I know we got rid of Rathman.
Yeah.
I know we don't have Rathman no more. That's
Bobby
all I do
T,
know.
man. That dude is. You got to see him coach, man. He was hilarious, man. That's an OG from the word go, boy. He be back there talking to him gangster style, you know. I mean, I like watching him work.
Our receiving coaches too. Our receiving coaches.
Wes Welker and
guy who played on the Cowboys, Austin something.
Austin, yeah. Welker and
Miles Austin or something.
Yeah.
Miles Austin is it?
That's him. There it
so
is.
I'm saying we could do some things, man. Tight end, we got some guys out. The tight end Smith. What guys? I noticed guys are talking about his deep yardage and he's not fast. What he does have, and if you go to the film, is the ability to get the high point the ball. And he has great hands. So he's not wide open on a lot of that. He's just doing Megatron kind of things.
Yep.
Yeah, he's
They teach that at Stanford too.
It.
Yeah, you know that because he had that other wide receiver. Same thing.
It's going to be good to see. I would like to see Selleck stay though. Just I don't know. Selleck seemed to he turned the corner since Jimmy G got there. And, he's a pretty solid blocker, so got some size on him. He's tough. So I know we're only going to keep 3, though, so you figure Selleck. Got to be Smith. He got hands, man. I see red zone and the red zone. Smith, Hurd.
Jason, go ahead. But, Jason, let me ask you this, though. Yeah. What are they going to do with Tololo? Uh-oh.
Oh, man.
Jason, we got to go, fam. Think about that. Huh? And we get back to that on Thursday.
Right,
Wednesday. All right, fam.
All right, bet. Have a blessed night.
You too. Yeah, we got a situation on so many positions, man. I don't know what's – some rooms are going to get cut by the wrong – you just know they're going to do the wrong guy. Hey, 007.
Yes. What's up?
It's always the same, Dole. So there's always these little dilemmas. And this is the best year for this because now we were always worried about what we need. Now we're wondering who's going to have to leave. Don't you love the way as the world turns and we get around to this?
What happened to your boy? What happened to your boy, Jimmie Ward? Is your boy?
It's funny you mentioned that. I'm sitting there looking at his highlights, and I'm saying, I'm going to start linking people up to this highlight because nobody knows about anything but getting hurt and on occasionally getting beat or whatever, like nobody else in the league does get beat. But Jimmy, I'm telling you, the coaching staff thinks a lot of him. Well, they do, or else they wouldn't have kept him this long. So
yeah,
I'm just waiting for him to heal up.
I understand.
Yeah.
I think he's a good player. He's a good player, but
if he could just stay out there.
This is what it's what Bill Parcells says, and I really like this. It's the saying, the best ability is availability.
Yeah.
Is availability. It's like it doesn't matter if you're the best player. It doesn't matter if you're the best player. You could be the best player at your position, but if you're playing only half the games, then you know what I mean. Like that's
you're not helping us any.
Exactly. That. Yeah. So, but anyways, I was thinking about that. And this is what's going to end up happening. So now that he's going to miss most of training camp and he's probably not going to be ready until week 1 or 2. What's going to end up happening is during training camp.
No, Jimmy's going to be back for training camp.
Oh, he's going to be back for training camp, really?
Right, he's only. Training camp starts in July, and you got all of June, July, and he'll be back toward the end of training camp.
They said an 8 to 12 week injury, so 2 months.
Yeah.
2 months. Yeah, you're right. But what's going to happen even still
it's going to give the other safeties on the team right now opportunity to kind of stand out. Like, hey, instead of like, hey, like I have an opportunity. So that's going to drive up competition for that spot. So if there's somebody who ends up stepping up and starts, really killing it in the off season, it could be possible that somebody else ends up being the starter, and Jimmie Ward, when he comes back, ends up being a really good depth guy. You know what I mean?
As long as you just let him stay at safety, don't play him all over the field. You only run the risk of getting him hurt anyway. Let him play what he plays best. He's a safety, okay? He's a safety. Let him play that. That's the thing. You don't need to play him at corner anymore anyway. We've got plenty of corners.
Yeah, I just hopefully he can stay healthy. Like, me personally, I probably wouldn't have signed him back, but this year, because of the injury thing, not because he's a bad player, but we'll see. He's broken a lot of bones, and that's just something that's like, what?
And some of them the same bone.
Yeah, like that's always bad. That's always bad, because I think that happened to Tony Romo. He kept breaking that same collarbone towards the end of his career. He broke it like twice, like the last 4 or 5 years, and it really messed him up.
And we watched that last time. Remember that game? Was that a preseason game? They folded Tony up like a chair. He was sitting on the ground, and the dude just came over the back and just folded him up. I felt that pain. But of all things they hurt was his collarbone. I thought his back was snapped. God, Jesus. Oh.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm liking how the defense looks. People were talking about Nick Bosa, the injury. Like, oh man, they're really upset about it. But his brother has had all these little small injuries too. So, and he still averages a sack a game for the last
Joey?
3 years. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's averaged a sack a game in his career.
Joey's already been in the Pro Bowl. How many years has he been in the league? Is this his third year coming up?
This year coming up, I think, is his third. Yeah. It's not his fourth, but I think it's his third.
Guy's been in the Pro Bowl. I think he got Rookie of the Year. Didn't he get Rookie of the Year?
Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year. He might have. Yeah, he might have. Yeah, I think he might have. Yeah.
This is why I say this is what this family does. The father was a beast. Joey's a beast. And the father and Joey both say, Nick's the best one of all of us. This is what made me crazy. I said, maybe just saying that to promote him, but there's been others to say that too. So I said, I got to see this. So.
Yeah. Yeah, it should be a good situation as far as, the defensive line. And Solomon Thomas looks like he's
ready to go.
Ready to have a good year. Yeah, it looks like he's ready to have a good year. So, man, this defensive line is just going to be nuts if people can just stay healthy.
Oh,
man,
look at all those first-round picks we got, 007.
Yeah,
we got first-round picks all the way across the line when 2 shifts of first-round picks.
We have 6. I think we have, let me see, hold on. The defensive tackle is going to be Tom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You got 6. You counted,
5.
Right?
We have 6. We have 6. I know the whole starting line.
Let's go ahead and count them. You got D. Ford, you got DeForest Buckner, you got Eric Armstead, and then you got Bosa. Solomon Thomas. Wait, I counted one to me. You're right. 5. Yeah, we got 5.
5.
Yeah.
5. That's crazy. I can't remember any team in NFL history ever saying that. At 5 first-round picks in your defensive line. Think about that.
That's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Except the Cowboys and their offensive line. I think all those guys were first-round picks. I guess. Because
the offensive line,
best offensive line.
Yeah, you're right. They had a lot. They had a lot of them. They had a lot of first-round picks. Our offensive line's pretty good, man. I like our offensive line. It's just our center's got to stay healthy.
Yeah, Wes. That was his last year was his worst year ever. So Weston Richburg's got to come back to what Weston Richburg is capable of doing. They had him in the hospital all stitched up and wired, limbs hanging in the hospital all season long. So he'd better be ready to go now. We'll see.
I'm thinking about how good the Niners are going to be next year, even if they have some injuries. The team is so good. But I'm thinking the NFC West might be the best division in football next year. I think the Cardinals are the worst team, and they got Kyler Murray. So if he ends up being good with the new system, they might win some games. But Seattle and the Rams, those two teams are good. Those teams are going to win 10 games probably each, or at least 9. You know what I mean? Each of those teams are going to win 9 to 10 games.
They're all capable. That's for sure. Double O, so we're going to stop though. Let's see you day after tomorrow. All right.
All right, we'll see. All right.
All right, Phil. Have a good night.
All right, man. All right, peace.
And we go back out to the East Coast, the Southeast, the dirty, dirty, dirty South. It's one part of the TNT organization. We've changed the name now. They're no longer the TNT combination. They are TNT Incorporated. One of the co-founding members, Trez. Oh, I love it, Alcindor. Here he goes. Is he going to bat at the ball? Dun, 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 dun. It was a 3rd of September. Trez. Trez. All right, Trez got a new one now. I have no idea what this one is. Normally, I recognize everything he plays.
Ronbo, the firm of TNT is now entering the People's Court.
Oh, that's it. That's where I heard that theme. It's Judge Wapner. Judge Tresner.
Ronbo, the firm of TNT is now representing the fans of San Francisco 49ers against one Jimmie Ward of San Francisco 49ers.
Oh.
The charges that are being brought against Mr. Jimmie Ward is what we call theft of services, Ronbo.
Dang, theft of services.
Jimmie Ward has currently played 5 seasons with the San Francisco 49ers. has only fulfilled 1 season out of the 5 that he's played. Finished only 1 16-game season.
Yeah.
Jimmie Ward has also been placed on the IR list 4 out of the 5 seasons.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Jimmie Ward has only recorded 2 INTs out of the 5 years of playing with the San Francisco 49ers. He's also only recorded 2 sacks playing with the San Francisco 49ers.
And that's more than I thought he had. I didn't know he had any sacks.
He also, Ronbo, has 0 fumble recoveries out of the 4 to 5 seasons with San Francisco 49ers.
God.
He's only registered 153 tackles. Injuries: suffered hamstrings, broken bones, elbow, quadriceps, concussion,
ear infection,
and the list goes on.
Yeah.
So, as representing from the TNT firm, we've put forth a strong case here, and we would like to suspend one Jimmie Ward from the San Francisco 49ers for any other play that he may forfeit this year's contract.
Your Honor, the prosecution is badgering no witness. I don't understand this line of questioning. Why do you allow this? Hit the gavel. That's always my favorite club, badgering the witness.
The gavel will only be hit to release one Jimmie Ward. We have rest our case, Ronbo. We have rest our case.
Listen,
people have spoken.
I'm Ronbo.
We are tired of getting ripped off.
I'm representing from the firm of Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. We are here to represent our client, one Jimmie Ward. Young man comes out and plays 100% on every play. Even when Jimmie Ward is walking to the locker room, he still looks like he's playing. When he comes in to take a shower, he don't just take a shower. He does it in pro fashion. When he puts on his clothes and walks out to his car, still looking like a pro. Drives down the road, never makes a mistake. The boy is flawless. That's his thing. He's perfection in motion at all times. If something goes wrong during the course of the time, he cannot be held responsible, Your Honor. He is a man who believes in going 100%. No. 575% on everything he does.
Well, we would like to object, Your Honor, to one motion from the J-Dub Club.
Yeah.
And we would like to close out our arguing statement like this, Your Honor.
Yeah.
When you put one bad apple in a barrel of good apples, and you wonder why the rest of the apples fall and go rotten so fast, it's because of one Jimmie Ward being that bad apple in the barrel.
Conjecture, Your
So
Honor.
you ain't got to...
Oh! Don't a flag up 15 yards. Yo, that's unsportsmanlike conduct. He called my client a bad apple and made a bunch of them go bad. God.
Rumbo, you ain't got. We worried about the wrong thing, Rumbo. We wondering why we stay injury prone. We stay injury prone because of bad luck, Jimmie Ward. You remember the Flintstones back in the day? Bad luck, slap rock. You know bad luck, slap rock.
You're gonna blame that on Jimmie Ward too.
That's Jimmie Ward all day long, Rumbo. He bad luck, slap rock. And guess what? We can't keep healthy players on the team with a player like that. Can't stay on the field.
This is why
his best ability.
It's never been this bad till they moved out the Bay Area. I'm telling you right now, Trez, the 49ers need to get the hell up out of Santa Clara. This is really strange. And we was getting hurt like this since day one. Jimmy may have came in day one since we Levi Stadium, but there's something really, really strange about us getting completely wiped out year after year. And remember, this started in 2014, Harbaugh's last year. We had Chris Borland out there, and what's that other linebacker? Bowman and Willis was gone. We had all kinds of issues, man. Guys were dropping like flies, and they was coming back, but still, what? Whoa, what's...
And you know what? And you know what? Because that year was the year we drafted Jimmie Ward. Bad luck, slap rock. Entered the team.
Back to that, man.
And we've been on a downfall with injuries ever since. It is time to get rid of one bad luck, slap rock, Jimmie Ward, Rumbo. Look at him. We ain't gonna waste no more time, Rumbo. I'm gonna do it like I used to do it back in the old days. I'm gone.
Can you believe he did that? Came in and trashed my boy Jimmy and left. Okay. All right. Let me go and see what Paul Salvi's talking about. He says, Jimmy Hospital Ward is gone after season regardless. Time for GM and coach to get over it. And if you think Mullins should be starting over Jimmy G, you're a complete fool. Hell, Paul, we're in lockstep on that end part. But, I mean, I don't want to call anybody a fool, but maybe they may be just confused. And Ray Jr. says Boston would be a good pickup, but will he fit our system? And that, according to Matt Mayelko, is what the 49ers are thinking. He probably isn't a system fit. I don't know. Adrian Gutierrez says we need to sign Trey Boston, Kyle, and Lindsey to swallow their pride and admit they made a mistake and sign Trey Boston or Eric Berry. Now, I think we can get over Eric Berry. I mean, Eric's 30 years old. 49ers, at this particular time, are not going to go after a veteran that's already 30, and also they're probably concerned with Eric Berry's played less games than Jimmie Ward has in the last 2 years. So if you're going to go ahead and spend money, might as well spend it on a kid that you might be able to build something with. If he's going to go down, at least he's not going to be Eric Berry old, I guess. I don't know. And Ray Jr. says, would you pick Boston or Berry? Between the two, I take Boston. Although it's so funny because Berry offers an intangible that I do appreciate because this guy's known this game in and out. He's been around and he's really a good player when he can stay fit or healthy. And that's like with everybody in the NFL. So that's really a hard call to make. But I think Boston's a good player. I don't understand. Derek Dawson says we need Boston because he is a veteran at that position that will help AC, like every position we have on the D. Has a good vet to teach the young players. Expect a free safety so we need to grab him. There you go. All right, Derek. That could be. Joe Oh, and there's a Big Show says, objection, Your Honor. As a co-counsel and partner of the TNT firm, defense of Jimmie Ward is being purely speculative. I do be glad when this 4 to 5 weeks of the season goes by and Jimmy's made some sparkling plays and people start to come on over to the club. And I got to tell you guys, we do furnish the goodies. All you do is come on over to the club and enjoy yourself. And as we run film footage of Jimmy up there kicking butt, and we do think we bring in. There'll be little girls there running around. Well, ladies, should I say, dressed up in 49er paraphernalia. Joe, Joey Mahoney, yeah, dum de doo ooh, yeah, Joey Mahoney. Joey, hi. Good to hear you again, Joey. I'm here dealing with a Big Show, and the guy's he's become counsel now to the TNT firm. It's okay. We can keep this in litigation for months.
Ronbo.
Yes.
Next time Trez tries to take my boy Jimmie Ward to court, you make sure you call my name, and I'm gonna come in and defend his ass. Right? I'll put my ass on the stand. I'll be there.
All right.
There
you go, Joey.
I hope Trez is listening because I want to steal one of his lines, man. Where the loyalty at, man? Where the loyalty at?
Hey, Joey, isn't that what he said when you said about Solomon T? Where the loyalty at? That's right. Yes.
No. He said that when he was in the elevator with Dion. He said, where the loyalty at?
Oh, that's right. That's where that comes from. And Dion walked away as fast as he could, shaking his head.
Jimmie Ward gonna ball out, man. That's all I know.
I know, man. I'm telling you, man. The boy's gonna stay. He's gonna find a way to stay on that field. This shit, Jimmy. Come on, man. Oh.
Yeah.
Nobody ever seen me.
And if for all your callers out there, if you missed it yesterday, I said yesterday, and I'm gonna repeat what I said. Jimmie Ward this year gonna be a Pro Bowler. 5 picks. He's gonna play all 16 games. I don't care what no one says.
Yes. How many INTs? 5. Did we say 5 INTs? Am I right?
5 picks. He's gonna
like that.
He's gonna have the first touchdown for the Niners this year.
Then that first TD, that one also stands out. First TD on the season is gonna be scored on defense by the Ward boy.
Yep.
And Mrs. Ward's baby boy is also gonna be in the Pro Bowl. Oh, I love this stuff. All 16 games. Boy.
Yep.
And then he's gonna stand up and before the playoffs start, they're gonna have him stand up in the middle of the locker room. How you like me now, boy? Doom. Woo! I look forward to that, Joey. Man.
Oh, I look forward to it too.
You gotta go. He deserves it.
How you doing tonight?
Doing fabulous, man. Because I'm just counting the days here till we get camp is like rolling along. We go find out some more things tomorrow because everything's like fun to hear about at camp. Unless you read Grant Cohn. Hey, Grant, man, if you be watching, man, Grant, come on, man, will you lighten up, man? You got to be so nasty every time you go. He wasn't bad last time. Grant didn't say anything really nasty about the guys last time. He was okay. And I do like his observations every now and then because Grant, boy, he'd be harmful, man. Oh, God.
Yeah. His analysis on the Niners are like when he went live on Twitter last week when his hair looked like he'd been sleeping.
Yeah, no.
in a shopping cart, man.
Dude, that's what anger does to you. You getting pissed off all the time. You start to look pissed off all the time, even if you're not.
Yeah, don't go live until you comb your hair, Grant.
Oh, man. We're going to be okay. A lot of people are looking at – I'm looking at Tevin Coleman now. Hey, did you figure he'd be the first round? I mean, would he be the first running back? I mean, would you choose him as such? You think he'd be – if you're going to project right now and you had to look at all the guys, Matty B, I still love the way he runs that stretch. I'm not saying he's not going to be the lead back. Tevin Coleman has been predicted to be the guy. I got my boy Jerick McKinnon trying to heal up. and most are standing by. Who do you think is going to be the guy?
Jerick McKinnon. You don't pay that guy all that money to sit on the bench. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
McKinnon's the guy. McKinnon will be the number one guy, and then Tevin Coleman will be the second string. Breida will be third.
But they're gonna be interchangeable. There's gonna be things, situations, and things are gonna use different backs.
Oh, yeah.
Kyle likes to have all them, having all them weapons at his disposal because at some time we're gonna figure out there's no real number one guy here. Kyle uses everybody in different ways.
Yeah.
So whoever gets used the most, I guess, can be declared the number one guy. But I don't know. We'll wait and see.
Yeah, going back to the safeties, though, I would like to see Tavarius Moore at strong safety next to Jimmie. I would like to see that.
See what it looks like. I'm curious because that's where that's what made him famous, actually. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But I think we're gonna have a good year, Ronbo. I don't see why we can't win at least 10 games. Like,
and they're building depth.
Like
you notice that?
At minimum,
Yeah. Like I say, as long as you keep Jimmie upright, they've built enough depth now that they can lose a guy here and there and still come out smoking. Because last couple of years, one guy goes down, two goes down, it's going to be really bad. Three guys goes down like last year and more, we're dead meat. In fact, people don't give Kyle Shannon enough credit for winning 4 games with having done what happened. And CJ out there playing for 5 games. CJ, man, CJ, man, I still like you, man. I'm just saying. Okay. Big Show, you shut up.
Yeah. Oh, no. What do you say?
Show, I'm just playing, man. Big Show.
What do you say?
No, he didn't say anything yet, but I know he's listening because Joe likes CJ and he wants us to lead up off him. He said CJ was thrown out there way too soon. But Joey, remember that time when everybody's talking about, get Hoyer the hell up out of that game. Put in CJ. I said, listen, guys, I think you need to wait. CJ ain't ready.
The ball, baby. God. Oh, man, I think the best one. Hey, Ronbo, you remember this one? You remember when, what's his name? Oh, the guy with the deep voice. Oh, what's his
Sean?
name? He said that. Sean the Jeweler, man. That was the best one. he said a fair simple, CJ Bucky just beat out Jimmy Garoppolo. He was scared.
Be careful, Joey. You know how he is. I be listening, bro.
I be listening, bro.
Sean, we love you, man. I hope y'all listening. Get your butt in here, man. We spent too many days. Because, Joey, Sean also said that he was right, though. He said CJ would be starting a certain week, and Jesus, it happened. We got it.
Because Jimmy tore his ACL. That's why.
No, Hoyer. He took Hoyer out that first year that Sean made that prediction.
I think that was going into the next year. He said next year, going into next year. He said no. What it was he said
it was the same year though, because the same year because I was arguing, man, I don't know about putting CJ in right now. I'm thinking, he'll be in by week 7, and I forget how many games did Hoyer play. Did he play 4 or 5? I forget what Sean's prediction was, but he was on it. And Sean, I told you he'd be in by. Come on, Sean. I don't know if he should be in there though. But Joey, one thing we have to admit, CJ's got one of the nicest deep passes though. I mean, he's really got a nice deep pass. Everything else is questionable, but his deep pass is money.
Yeah, his deep pass is nice, but he can't hit a 5-yard.
I know.
He hits his offensive lineman in the back of the ass. Then he can't even get it past his lineman's ass, dude. I mean, come on.
He's learned. I can't actually. I gotta tell you, Joey, I can't wait to see what it looks like this year. I mean, because he looked poor guy. He looked really bad last year and the year before. But let's see what he looks like this year. He may have learned some things.
Man, what could he have learned? He sucks.
Joey's having no mercy. Come
on, Ronbo.
And listen, Joey, if you're going to be bad, good at something, be the best. And if he's going to suck better than anybody else, that's okay. He's the best. We're going to see. CJ, we're just kidding, man. CJ fans, we're just kidding. Joey, don't make me be bad. We got to go. Oh, Joey. Hey, Joey, I see you the day after tomorrow, okay? Did Joey leave? Drop off? Joey? All right, Joey. I'll see you in a couple of days. And Chris Barker says that Boston is very physical, just what we needed to get turnovers. Mr. 16 Dowdy, Montana. What's up, brother? Ronbo Sports taking it from the 818 Bang Bang 90 gang. 818! Mr. Rodriguez says, hey, we have the nation's second highest graded safety in 2017. We have Tavarius Moore. We don't need Barry or Boston. Let Moore do what he does best. He's a natural safety. So I was talking about that, man. Tavarius was like one of the best safeties in the nation coming out of school. Chris Barker, the best gun on our special teams, is Mostert. Well, you know it. Next year, man, the way them guys got some athletes on that team now. Tony Montana. Hey, and Paul Salvi believes Coleman will be our starter and should be. Breida is made of glass, and McKinnon is recovering, and this guy is nuts. Paul Salvi. Smith says, Jay Ward can play at free safety. In slot cornerback, he can, but his body will not allow it. Smith, this is the thing, I really wish Jimmy could put in a whole season. Come on, Jimmy! I want you to put on a little size, too. Jeff Tan, the champ wants to know which type of martial arts did you study and what belt are you? Yeah, no, I made it to the pinnacle. I became the black belt in Taekwondo. Hey, and Jay Good, 49er. Boston is a strong safety linebacker hybrid. Oh, it's linebacker hybrid. How heavy is Boston? And he has no speed. I'm down with the tough. Okay, now you got me curious, Jay Good. I want to know, how fast in 40 does he run? Is that the problem? He's slow? Hall of Fame coach Tim Mendoza. I'm thinking Jimmy gets 2 victories on them this season. 2 victories on them. So he must be in a conversation with somebody. Who's he talking about? I wonder. The Rams or the Hawks? Because it's one of the teams we played twice. And Paul Salvi goes on to say, flying down to Tampa for opener from Canada. Hey, Paul, should be fun. Better see me some Jimmy G starting. Oh, no doubt. Yeah, he'll be fine by then. That's a long time. We forget how much time there's between here and opening day. Wilson Gian says, I saw you read my comment at the end of the last show, Ronbo. My Jimmie Ward jersey has now become a dish rag. Look at him at least use it for your car, Wilson. You washing dishes? Oh, that's no way to do a dub jersey. Okay. And Chris Barker says, what's up with our trainers? We signed this offseason and still haven't got. I've been thinking about that. All right? We're having more injuries now than we did last year at this time, I think. As a matter of fact. And Isaac Payne says, the only team that scares me is the Saints. Oh, same here. Especially in New Orleans, after these 2 playoff losses, the fire they got is going to be a hell. I hadn't even mentioned Drew Brees. Drew is actually slowing down a little bit. They bring that guy in when they want to go deep. Did you notice that? I didn't really notice that. Mike Florio, and I went back and checked some things out, was mentioning that last year. There's some throws that Brees is not making anymore that he used to make without a thought. We may be catching Brees on his way out. A lot of people think this might be the last year. We'll see. But he'll have a career game against us probably. He'll still be Drew Brees of old. And Jermaine Price says, when Reed was here, we let Tart play free safety. What do you think about him back there? And let Harris play strong safety. That could end up happening anyway. The one thing about Kowalski T, he can play both safety positions. I don't know which one he plays the best, so he does a pretty good job at both, I guess. So I don't know. It's Justin coming in as Mr. Instigator. He says, thoughts and prayers going out to Ohio tornado. Yeah, we got a lot of tornado. Oklahoma. Some of those areas are getting ravished by the tornadoes. Are sitting down. Those photos are just, man, it just lets you know nature's, no matter what man does, nature's still in charge. Fam, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. On to my vets, I love you, man. Happy Memorial Day. And as Mr. Instigator points out, thoughts and prayers out to the hurricane victims going across middle America. And fam, I look forward to seeing you day after tomorrow. Your boy Nine's going to get back in the camp and get some media reports. Meantime, I have plenty of pizza. Oh, I forgot it's Memorial Day. Enjoy them cues. I'll see you in 2048. Nina! Wait a minute, did I forget to tell you to hit like? Fam, please don't forget to hit like. Nina! You know, I love doing that. I really do.